Hello, everybody. Hi, guys.
Jesus.
Sorry that we are very behind. I had massive technical difficulties today. Whoops. Um,
Oopsie poopsie.
yeah, Discord, not Discord, OBS decided to screw with me. But we are here now. But hi, everybody. Now, for those who don't know how the Crow's Nest works, it has been a while. This is a creator showcase. It's a chance to talk with our guests about their projects and themselves. There will be direct questioning, topical conversations, and to keep things light, some fun bits of nonsense that I have tossed into the mix. So without further ado, I have the honor and pleasure of having the entire crew of the D&D series Metanoia Blues here with me today. We'll be diving into their years-long campaign and all its contents, from the lore and characters to D&D as a game and the work they put into it. So, from left to right, we have Ziek, Sarah, Mim, and Rommie. Meta crew, thank you guys for being here.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Good to be back. You might recognize my voice from such crow's nests as Soul to Go, but not to get ahead of myself.
Yeah.
It's good to be
So
back.
true.
I was back.
We were referencing that. So the long elusive, the long awaited.
Oh my god, you talk about us?
Yeah, we talk about you. Crazy that. Excuse me, also for everybody who doesn't know, I'm still healing from pneumonia, but I'm here. So,
Yes.
Yeah.
Pronounce the P,
Unfortunately,
Gray. G.
Gray
Numa.
is a convalescing Victorian orphan tonight.
Yeah.
Panoma.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia. Pneumonia.
It's a
Is
new
she
D&D
cute?
character. Pneumonia.
oh, well, write that
She has
down.
to be
write that
built
down.
like Gray.
Yes. Beat and all.
So yes, I assume. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
I'm looking at this little bird here, like, yeah.
Yeah. But can you guys tell the audience a little about who you are and what you do besides obviously play D&D?
Should we do it?
Yeah, let's go in our usual order.
Intro?
So
Yeah.
Mim first. And then...
Oh, me? I thought that was
Yeah.
like left to right. Okay.
Nope.
I just muted myself to go like, oh, think about what I do then. No, I'm on. Okay. Hi, everyone. I should be better at this by now. But I'm Mim. I play Willow Jenkins on screen over there, the Shifter Artificer. And I stream. Usually, I stream games.
You're a
guys,
variety streamer.
I'm a variety streamer, yeah. I do art,
I'm
I do games,
artist,
I do
musician.
whatever. I wouldn't say musician. I do whatever tickles the fancy to do. And a few years ago, I started doing D&D, and then it overtook my life, and now I'm here. I'm also involved
Also
in
works
various,
in political advocacy.
I'm trying to. Hey.
Oh,
Hey, I didn't realize
know
this
if
was a duet. Yeah. You didn't know if I wanted to say it, so you said it for me. Fantastic.
Yeah.
You can tell these people play D&D together.
Anyway, yes, I do work in political advocacy. So if you see me around online, don't bring up my D&D campaign. Thank you. Also, but do recycle.
I'm Rommie. I play N, the changeling warlock, and white-haired little bitch you can see on the far right side of the screen. I also illustrate and write a webcomic, but it is a post-apocalyptic story with monsters. If you like things such as The Last of Us or Silent Hill, you might enjoy my comic.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
I love my friend.
I play Luca, the Mark of the Sentinel human paladin, the big beefy boy on screen. I am an artist, an animator, and avid crafter. I'm crying for some reason.
Very sleepy also.
She's a very emotional person.
No, I just like wet on my face.
Jesus Christ.
Who's the old man coughing in the background?
Hello, my
Whose lawn
friends.
did we walk onto?
Zeke, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Zeke. I'm the dungeon master for Metanoia Blues, and that is the primary thing I do. I've been playing D&D for a few years now, but Metal Blues is my first streamed game.
That's all we let
I
you
produce. Yeah, that's all I have the power to do.
Get back in the box.
Honestly.
Zeke.
Yeah,
do. Get back in the dungeon and master it.
yeah. Look, I would love to.
we're working on.
Incredible. Oh god, I love my friends. We can all tell that we all play fucking D&D together. We can't
Oh,
have
yeah.
that.
Yep, we have guested on Gray's own D&D stream.
So true.
We're the crew
Puzzlebox.
that also guested earlier on Puzzlebox.
Yeah.
I played Avery.
I played.
Kim.
Oh, beg your pardon. I was speaking. I played Helen.
I played Kim.
Of the Intel Wilders, specifically Wilders of the Talent.
Zeke's there too.
Progress.
Cousin,
Hi, I play Buckthorn on that one.
is Saburi editing this?
No,
Come
I
on,
am.
brother. Oh, suck shit, Gray.
As long as someone's editing it.
Just like me when I write comic scripts and it's like, you're gonna have to draw that later. And it's like, I know.
Me when I make animation thumbnails, like, you're gonna have to make that move. Like, yeah.
So, before we get into the main show, I want to tell everybody how exactly we all fucking got here, because very clearly we all fuck around and we're obviously friends here. I hope, God, imagine.
Yeah,
We are
Yeah, I sure hope we are.
This is how
in
you
the
find
background,
out,
I'm like,
right?
friends?
Friends.
Ew. I would
Yeah.
never befriend an American.
I would never befriend an American agent of
A
the
friend?
government.
I would never
I
a
would
friend.
never a friend.
But the very sweet story of how we ended up here was way back when, as Gray was sitting at work and just trying to get through the night, I got bored. And I have been allowed to just watch videos, movies, whatever, on the work computer just so I was able to keep myself awake working night shift. And I was interested in some D&D stuff, and I stumbled upon Metanoia Blues, and I believe it was during the Death of the Artist arc.
Oh
And
boy.
yeah.
That's
And
easy to start in.
and I was immediately enraptured, and I stuck with it for the whole night. And by the time your episode was over, my shift was done. I proceeded then to binge a large amount of Metanoia Blues the following day. And I think over the course of probably 4 days, I got through like 23 episodes or some shit like that. I don't know how the math on that, but
Congratulations.
it was an insane amount. I just literally had it going in the background as I was doing everything day to day, whatever.
Wow.
And I loved it so much that I did something that I never thought that I would genuinely do. But I went into your Discord, and the first thing that I said in there was that very long
Discord.
post.
Sorry.
that a very long post about how I genuinely liked Metanoia Blues and how I felt that it was not just a genuinely good D&D game, but it was a very entertaining show. You guys very clearly had fun and still have fun, and the way that Zeke DM'd, I really appreciated, and the story overall was great. And I remember that fucking long post I made was like paragraphs long. It might as well have been a fucking thesis. But you guys very kindly responded to me. I was like, oh, that's really nice that they actually pay attention. And I kept watching, and as time went on, I had been still doing Puzzle Box at relatively the same pace as you guys. And I realized that we were coming to a point in the story where I was like, oh man, it'd be really nice to have guests. I just thought it'd be fun, and I'd like to share the story with people. And I had a couple of folks in mind that I had invited, but then I was like, you know what? Why not just make a shot in the dark? Let's see what happens with Metacrew. Why the hell not? And so I sent an email.
Very professional.
Yeah, very professional of me.
Yeah.
And now I'm saying things to you guys like, yeah, fuck you. But here we are.
That's how it goes.
Funny how this
Yeah,
shit happens. But after some back and forth, we got to talking, we met, and you guys were on Puzzle Box, and now here we are. And that's how we all started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for context too, when Gray said this is a long campaign, Death of the Artist was around episode 50 60, 70. Yeah, like that's
Mhm.
Yeah, it was.
That was a
it
long- that was our
50,
longest
60,
arc.
because that took us to 100 episodes where season 1 ended, and it ended
yeah,
directly squarely on 100 episodes for season 1. We're on season 2 now,
yeah.
just to give you
Yeah.
guys some context.
Yes, when Gray says long
yes.
campaign, he means it. But I just wanted to
yeah.
point out, like when Gray says he binged the rest of it, that's like almost 60 episodes, and you were
Mhm.
keeping up with the weekly new ones as well. So I was like,
was.
how?
I'm fucking
Powerful
insane.
stuff.
I'm a
Yeah,
maniac.
No, like one of those things. It's like if there was ever any doubt that you were into the show, I was like, you binged it, the
Mhm.
whole thing.
Mhm.
If I went playing it, I don't
We
know how
haven't
I
even
do
done
that.
that.
You know?
We played it. We've got
Yeah.
an excuse.
Yeah. No,
And I have, because I edit the episodes, so most of them
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have watched again.
I've rewatched them all, but I've never like binged them. You know?
Yeah,
That's wild.
Yeah.
amazing. Thank you, Gray. I gotta,
Thanks,
Thank
Gray.
you.
honestly.
My pleasure. Thank you guys for making this. Excuse me.
It's our pleasure too.
Yeah. So, to get into the nitty gritty of it, let's start at the beginning. But first and foremost, happy to have you guys back from your hiatus. I know I've been foaming at the mouth, as you guys know. So, very happy to have you guys back. And for those in chat who may be interested in seeing Metanoia Blues for yourself, they actually do have an episode going up later in however many hours. So, you'll get a chance to see their most recent episode.
It's a good one. Anyway.
I'm looking
is-
forward
it's
to
a
it.
Good one.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, actually, I'm gonna say, even though we have 100 episodes season 1, I reckon if you want to just jump in, we're trying to make season 2 very beginner friendly, and we're
Accessible. Yeah.
about like
yeah.
23 episodes in. So
We're
I
starting
reckon-
on a new adventure in
yeah,
season 2, so yeah.
Yeah.
We
Same
left the
characters, new
homes,
adventure.
hometown.
Finally,
But-
100 episodes later.
yeah.
Yeah, and you guys have
Hey, it took as long as it needed.
you have a wiki
Yes,
too,
but-
right?
Yes, we got,
It covers a lot of season 1. I haven't been, because I was the one maintaining it mostly, hasn't really delved into season 2 yet. But yeah, if you want to like catch up and like get familiar with like a lot of the cast and like backstory stuff, there's a lot there that you could dig into if you just want to brush up or give yourself a brief on what the heck is going on.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
On our YouTube channel, we have some shorts as well. I'm sorry, I'm not meant to lead with promo, but basically all I'm saying is today's episode is pretty beginner friendly, I think, if you're just going to pop
Yeah,
in
if
for
you
the
just
first
want to
time.
jump in and have some fun, I think you will.
So much fun.
Mhm.
Trust me. I don't watch D&D. I would watch today's episode.
Hell yeah, sorry. So, very clearly, today this interview is about a D&D game. Zeke being the illustrious DM of the whole shebang, and Mim, Sar, and Rom being the wonderful players. So, for the players, can you guys tell the audience about each of your characters?
Hmm.
I'm going out order.
Sure, go nuts.
Starting with me.
Yes.
No, actually, let's do it in process of introduction.
Yeah.
That's
That
true.
First on
would be me
screen.
then,
You,
I think. Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Because
You were the first
one of
on
the first like
screen.
scenes after the little introduction that Zeke
yeah.
True to the world.
brought us into Eberron, which is where the D&D game is set.
Mm-hmm.
It was me. Yes. So it was I. And no last name pending. Last name is really dealer's choice.
Depends
Uh-huh.
how I'm
But they're-
feeling today.
They are most well known among their friends. I must say this. I must specify this. As N. They are a changeling warlock, and they let's say they had a bad experience at a theater once upon a time. That led to their eye getting surgically removed and replaced with some sort of eldritch creature. So, needless to say, they burnt that theater down. And now they have been on a journey of both self-discovery and trying to figure out what the heck was planted in their head on that fateful night, and maybe just a little side or main course of revenge if they're feeling a little spicy.
And they're
Tasty
always feeling
revenge.
spicy.
They're always feeling spicy, let me tell you.
Taking a bite out of a habanero pepper, like, oh yeah.
They do like spice. Like, they literally, spice is one of their favorite flavors of food. So,
So
You're
true.
a warlock pact of the tome.
yes.
I'll
Yeah,
go
why
with
not?
mechanical stuff because I like the mechanical
go
stuff.
nuts.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Zara. I'm here for the mechanical stuff.
Jesus.
I play Luca Khanson, last name pending, but for completely different reasons, because I was involved in the 100-Year War in Eberron, and sadly, due to unforeseen and unknown circumstances, I got a little bump on the noggin and lost my memories and an arm, and as a result have been wandering in an attempt to return to my homeland of Karnath to find out who I am. So equally self-discovery journey, less revenge, except for the revenge on myself for all of my misdeeds in my past. I am a Mark of the Sentinel human paladin, Oath of Redemption paladin, in case it wasn't clear, because I have a little bit of beef with myself for participating in the war so heavily. Let's say.
Yes.
Being good at murder. Not just killing, but murdering.
Oh my god. Willow is a side character that got thrust into main character roles by dint of walking there all the time, running into that position freely. Anyway, This is Willow Jenkins. They're a shifter, a wild hunt shifter. They're also an artificer, specifically an armorer. In the context of Eberron, they are trying to be as contextless as possible at the start of this campaign, and it takes them basically all of season 1 to be like, okay, I'm a main character.
Oh god.
Yeah. But otherwise, they run a tinkering shop. They have a workshop. I'm trying to think of all the things Willow does. They have a Warforged disguise. A Warforged is like a robot in Metanoia Blues.
They lie.
They got cool tattoos.
Badly.
Thank you for saying all of those things, because how I would sum that up. They were pirates. They were formerly a pirate in the Lazar Principalities. How does a shifter from near Siri, that's important. How does a shifter become an artificer, become a pirate and a saboteur? We'll probably answer that question as we go, but those are the 3 main triangulating details about Willow Jenkins. And if it sounds like I'm not saying things about them, it's because they are like that.
They are
They love to not divulge information.
Yeah, Willow is erasing
themselves.
their file as I'm reading it. I'm like, bro, I see you. No, you don't.
Got the
They turn
Sharpie in
invisible and run
hand.
away. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Redacted.
Yeah,
Got a
Willow's
thick
character
old
profile
Sharpie
looks like
in
those FBI files.
They probably have an FBI file, and it is probably thick.
They should be on a list.
They're probably on
All of
the
our characters are on a list.
We're all
I
on a
hope
list. It's
We're all
true.
on somebody's list.
Yeah.
So
I'm on many people's lists.
So, according to your YouTube, Metal Blues has been going on for a little over 3 years now, supposedly. I
God
can't get an
damn.
exact date.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
And that's a long damn time for any D&D game. That usually doesn't happen unless 2 things are true in my experience. Either the players really like the story, and you really like your group. And further in my experience, some D&D groups have roots that run deep, like with good friends and family, while others basically spawn on a whim, starting as strangers. So my question to you is, how did yours start?
I should
When and
hope we
where-
like each other.
I would hope so.
Jesus Christ.
Oh wait, I can start this off.
Yeah,
because
Mim, I
the
feel
Yes,
like
Mim.
you should head this story. Like you
It's a
you
little column A, a little
spearheaded.
column B, honestly.
you spearheaded
Yeah,
a lot of
exactly.
like how we ended up here. So yeah, go.
Yeah, the long and short of it. Well, I met Sarah in year 8 when we were what? How old were you
We're
in
going
year
that far.
Hell yeah.
It's
Like-
important context.
Yeah,
Like
you
young
go.
teenager. Young teenager.
Yeah, like 13. So I met Sarah in school. So
Wow.
she's been here the whole time. And
Talk to you like a what do you call him? An anglerfish
limpet.
husband.
hey, pretty lady. No, sorry, no, I'm not going to quote that here. Anyway, so Sarah way back, and we've been doing creative projects together since then. Rom, little later on, but still during high school is when I started talking to Rom, but online, I think. But mainly really locked in when Rom released Soul to Core, which is when I was in uni. And like basically similar thing with Gray. I just appeared in Rom's mentions like, "Hi, I love this so much," you know.
Mm.
And then I
Wasn't-
started
like,
rapidly
I-
headcanoning.
I messaged you about one of your
You!
OCs. I was the one
Yeah.
who came to you, and then you just like hit me.
So
Like I've been
true.
reading your comic, and I have all these reads about your characters, and I'm like, holy shit, get out of my head.
That's That's right. Rom sent me like one message being like, nice OC. And I was like, oh, entry point. Bam! Sent him like a friggin' essay.
This is how you never open the door without that little like security chain.
Yeah.
Really
Oh,
Kool-Aid
gosh.
man into Rom's life.
Oh, yours too.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, no, that's a good point, actually, because then from there, we started working on a lot of creative stuff together. So me, Rom, and Sarah. That
Oh, I
led
feel
to
like you have
when
to
I
introduce how you introduced Rommie and me. Long and short is, hey,
Oh,
you guys
no,
have
no,
these
wait,
OCs.
retold to call. Yeah. Two characters. I was like, hey, you guys both have these characters. I think they would like, it would be cool to see them interact. Skip a few years, now they're canon in Soul to Call. So,
Hell yeah.
yeah, I was right.
Suffice it to say, I like the dynamic.
Yes. I was like, hey, that's going to work, guys. And yeah, it worked.
Rommie picks him up and steals him.
One of the characters was James O'Brien. You can read the comic and figure out the other one. Anyway, yeah, so that other character has our mitts all up in that design process. So cheerio. And then, so these three, basically the usual suspects. When I started streaming, I needed to do Ace Attorney streams, and I was like, I'm not voicing 8,000 characters, right? So I'm gonna bring these guys on. I was like, oh, such good voice acting, actually. Like they're actually so good at like building into the characters. I really enjoyed those streams. And then I was also getting prickled in the back of my mind about like, I have never played D&D before. I've never ever even sat down with it because like, for various reasons. But then I started seeing a lot of talk about it, and I was like, I wouldn't mind playing a D&D game one day. I said this randomly on a stream out loud, and Ziek in the chat, who had popped in for my Devil May Cry streams, was like, oh, I'm a DM. And then you messaged me too, huh? This was another case of
Yeah.
cracking the door open, and then Mim being like, oh yeah? Boom! But no, I would say,
Mim
I
will
remember
seize every opportunity.
the very early days was like I was very sensitive in the early days though, because it was like
Yeah,
a thing
we
I
were-
said off the cuff during a stream, and then Zeke was like, "Oh, hey, well then I'll start a chat," and I was like, "Okay, I guess so." I don't even know what a DM is. That's that thing that Matthew Mercer and the Irish guy is. Yeah, at the time. Yeah, I know better now. So yeah, and then 3 years passed.
There was a
Yeah,
mad
3
dash to our
years
first
later.
session. Now we're here.
Literally, was it
we're
like
never
2
leaving.
weeks? It was like 2 weeks after we decided the session that we would like the world that we're gonna. What's the word, Zeke? Like
The
You picked
setting,
that setting.
campaign setting.
that.
Yeah.
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 2 weeks after we decided the campaign setting, we put together all the assets and then slammed
Yep.
them to the stream around
Yep.
July 2021, maybe.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe
Yep.
so.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yep. So like, if you watch our first season, all the assets that you will probably be seeing there, we like put together in 2 weeks. That includes the art. So
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
yeah, we went a little crazy for that short period of time, but we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd been
I
streaming
mean-
consistently, and like it was a big leap from my usual stuff, so it was pretty
Yeah.
massive.
The pandemic was good for one thing. Everyone started playing D&D, including us, pretty much.
Mhm.
There's that.
So, question directed at Zeke then.
Mm-hmm.
So when you were reached out to be DM, or more, you reached out, a little column A, little column B.
You reached out, Mim grabbed you by the throat.
Yeah.
Fucking squeezed you
Ours
like
now.
like a stress ball. Did you already have like a foundation story that you just had in your back pocket, ready to include like player characters and their backstories into it, or did you formulate one later from the ground up after the characters and the backstories, you know, were created by them?
Oh gosh. How was it? I created the first adventure as like an introduction thing of like I wanted it to be very self-contained and very like, here's the first adventure, and if we want to continue, great.
Hmm.
If not, cool. This was fun. You know, I was hedging my bets of like, oh, this is the first time they're playing. I don't know how into it they'll be. You always got to leave a little wiggle room. But I had sort of like I had written it in such a way that like going from that closed first dungeon, essentially, it would leave a lot of possibilities to expand outwards.
Mhm.
That being said, I do think I wrote it in such a way. I wrote it as we were doing like character design stuff and like figuring out what people were doing. The way I write for D&D is very like in both directions at the same time. Of like I will back write a little bit and I will pre-plan a little bit, and it's very messy and organic, let's say. But it works.
Hey, that's what matters, as long as it works for you. So, when the first, I guess we'll call it the first dungeon was done, and you decided collectively, okay, the Meta Blues story begins now. What was the starting point for like the larger story? Was it an NPC, a plot point, a specific scene, or what have you? What was the initial brainchild that you said, I can take this and run?
Oh boy. It was basically the prophecy reading that I had, whereas like I wrote a little poem thing for the characters to be given as a piece of prophetic text that would spell out what the rest of the campaign could look like.
Okay.
And that was, I want to say, like episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When?
it was somewhere in 6 to 8. I think was the
Yeah,
marsh
range.
arc. Sorry.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah.
All right.
And everybody was very excited about being given epithets and talk of prophecy. So worked out.
Hell yeah. Everybody loves a good prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the
Yeah.
characters who specifically hate.
Yeah.
pushes N out the door. Everybody loves. So,
Look.
flipping it a little bit directed towards the players here, some questions in kind of the same vein. What was the initial inspiration, idea, etc., that brought on the existence of your characters?
Sarah, you want to go first? We said we'd go in opposites to what you usually do, so Mim doesn't have to go first.
We'll switch it up.
Yeah, my creation process is, I'm not sure if it's conventional or not, but I do like to look at the group as a whole when I am designing my characters. From my recollection, N was the first character that had like a solidified design.
Mm-hmm.
And I did partially base Luca on the interpretations I had of N and the assumptions-ish I had of Willow, because I personally like things feeling balanced in that way. And because there was always the possibility that this would take up the next 20 years of my life, I think we all kind of like agreed on the concept of just making a very gratuitous and personally enjoyable character, so that if we were going to be playing for the next 20 years, it would be something that we enjoy doing a lot. So I was like, okay, what is my accent doing? I thought, what character do I like? I like cute boys who are sad and a little bit fucked up. So that is kind of the core mechanics of Luca.
Oh man.
I hear you preaching to the choir out here. I mean, I also attend the church, but like,
Yeah.
I just don't say it so bluntly. And him being a juicy lad, that's also part of that characterization.
Yeah, absolutely. And I did steal a few things from a few characters that I enjoy for one reason or another, or I think deserve better writing than they got.
Mhm.
Damn.
Or both.
Yeah. And just put them in a little blender and then made a protein shake that is Luca.
Gotta see
Yep.
a protein shake.
He would be a protein
Yeah.
shake. You're correct.
Specifically a shake because he is shaken baby syndrome and he's got amnesia.
Yeah. Whoa!
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god.
Hello.
Mhm.
And as Sarah said, we were kind of all in agreement that we were going to make really self-indulgent characters. N is kind of a mixture of me being, yes, incredibly self-indulgent and me learning what a warlock is. So before I really got it into D&D proper, I really had no idea what the difference between a warlock, a wizard, and a sorcerer even was. So Zeke quickly picked out warlock for me. I was like, yeah, I jive with this. This seems correct.
Correctly so.
Yes,
As a good
correctly.
DM
I read
would.
Soul to Cole. I did my homework.
And I have been happy with my role ever since. But being aware that like part of being a warlock was having this pact, right, having this connection to some sort of patron, which could be a great many things. We hadn't really fully nailed down what that would be when I was designing N even. But I was like, if you've read Soul Call, I love eye trauma. So one of the like primary guiding posts of designing N was I want them to have a fucked up eye. I don't know what this is gonna mean yet, but I want them to have a fucked up eye. So that was like one of the things. I also like knew I was gonna play a changeling and I wanted them to be androgynous. So that was another like guideline for myself. I wanted to be really androgynous in appearance. I also, for some reason, just really wanted to create a character with sharp teeth. Again, this was before the backstory was decided. I'm just like, I just want this fucker to have sharp teeth, so they're gonna have sharp teeth. It was just a lot of that for me of like, what do I feel like? What do I want in this design? I'm just gonna smash it all together, and we'll figure out what it means later. But I just want something that I feel really excited about designing, and I just think is just really cool, and also gets in touch with things that I can't really explore in my comic because my comic is somewhat based in like our reality to an extent, to a certain extent. So I can't do things that I could do in a fantasy setting, like, big, long, changeling white hair or sharp teeth. I could probably get away with fucked up eyes. I have, but not quite in this way. So there's that. And in N's original design, you don't really see it here, but in N's very original design, they have like one half of their hair is a blunt cut, and the other half is like in the front is kind of long. And I remember doing that specifically because I was like, I wanted to represent that they're a changeling and they can just like change their hair on a whim. So I kind of did that with that in mind. So it's just a lot of like little cherry picking of like, what do I think is neat? Let's put it all together. And we have N now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Little darling. Sorry if you think of anything like you didn't get to say, feel free to let me know, but I will sorry, this isn't
I
true.
think
like just
one
in
thing
case.
to note would
Yeah.
be that I didn't know what to do with the concept of Luca being a paladin because I would say I'm atheist neutral on the scale of atheist.
Atheist neutral?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
new
the
alignment just dropped.
chart.
Yeah. Well, you've got like atheist aggressive and atheist.
What?
I'm very atheist neutral, but obviously I like the idea of faith, so I didn't particularly know what to do with that. So this is one of the instances where I was deferring a bit to Zeke, and Zeke, without doing research on me because I don't put myself out there very much, somehow knew that I'm very goth at heart. I like what.
You just emanate the energy every day, but carry on. Go on.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hidden, but it's there.
but still, this was like episode 1, 2, like, hey, here is a gothic religion that is unique to everyone. Would you like to use it? And I'm like, yes, I would, thank you. And then I shoved it into Luca's blood, literally.
Nice. I think that's a call that's coming from inside the house moment.
Yeah.
You and Zeke having a handshake.
The house is made of glass. The closet is made of glass, let's say. The
Yeah.
gothic
And
closet
the
is made of
back
glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
With some skulls and roses and shit.
100%. As for Willow, I think I struggled to get Willow finished. I was the last one done. The sprite was also the last one finalized. I remember this because of the mad rush panic that accompanied Willow
Yeah,
coming to the.
I remember us
stream.
doing different Super Smash Brothers color skins for Willow on like the day before.
Yeah, I remember them
episode.
having like white pants, and I was like, "Whoa, white
They have white
white
pants
gloves."
shirt
again
at
now.
one point, I think.
Yeah, there's so much white.
Yeah. But yeah, the Willow. I think in the early parts of it, it helps to know like we're all creatives in our own way. When I thought of D&D, I was like the opportunity that it provided was like, oh, somebody else is doing a lot of the creative work, like the creative. You have to be very loose with Meta Blues. I'm like an editor in the work that I do, so I have to be like I'm very specific, like down to the millimeter about stuff. So Meta Blues initially, this didn't survive very long. Meta Blues was initially like, an opportunity to kind of just like put something out there, put it to the dice, and see what happens. It still is that, but then I didn't realize that Ziek was also going to be a DM that like largely allowed us to make our own writing choices as well. Obviously a smart decision, I guess, if you're in a group of writers. So
Yeah.
so I remember in the early days, it was very much like I'm gonna make a character where like basically I am okay with them. I'm okay with it being on stream because this is just as much like performing as it is playing, which is a different dynamic. I'm okay with like certain things just being down to the dice. So I'm building around this like uncertainty. And additionally, I'm building towards the intrigue of the world that we're in. You know? So like when we decided it was Eberron, I was like, okay, well, this is a world I want to get into, so I need a character that's invested in the state of the world. I want a character that like thinks deeply about the state of the world. So this is all developing Willow's like intelligence, I guess. I saw like there were things unique to this world. I didn't think this would be like the first and last campaign we did. So I was like, well, I'm going to do stuff that's unique to everyone. So that's an artificer and a shifter. Because they're like changelings, they're unique to everyone, or they were. I don't know if anymore.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. So I was like, oh yeah, make the most of this universe, especially because it's like, you might as well, while we're here, we have any other opportunity to do like other races and classes and such in other campaigns. And then as for design, like with the others, just like, what's all the things that I like? Whether it's characters I like, or like visual elements that I like. I love circle glasses. I gave Willow circle glasses, sort of like, just as like a modern, because the main appeal to me of Eberron was kind of like the treasure planet energy, like that style. Also like the post-war part of it. So I was like, oh, they're like goggles, but they're like cool, you know? They're like cool guy goggles. And then later, and this is what Ziek means by writing backwards and forwards at the same time, the glasses came before Willow had any eye injury. They were just there for fashion. And then we were
both
like,
designed eyes.
Yeah.
Then became plot relevant.
Yeah, exactly. So much became plot relevant after. So much is just like, oh, I'm going to give Willow this jacket because it's colorful. And then Zeke's like, oh, you know that the colorful clothes are like a hallmark of a certain place in Eberron. I was like, oh, I see. You know, that kind of constant building. It keeps it very dynamic and fresh. So I guess the main takeaway of this spiel is like, it was designed with a lot of space to grow. That was like the intention behind the characters. A lot of place to just keep enjoying what we're doing. So like a chess master type character, the certain visual designs, but also room for input from others, and the dice themselves. And it's turned out pretty solid because I'm still hella invested in them years later.
I suppose one more thing I could say, if you don't mind me saying a third thing, is that initially I had planned to just give Zeke like a base character and then let him do all of the writing for it. And like 5-6 episodes in, I saw Rommie and Mim talking to Zeke about the plans they were making in the background, and I started getting FOMO. And I was like, I would like to have a hand in my character, actually. But because Luca is suffering from memory issues, I still do give Zeke a bit of freedom to, decide what's happened to things after a certain point. But up until a certain point, I did get involved with it. And it was really fun to collaborate with someone who I haven't been collaborating with for the past, 30 years.
Yeah,
However long
this is
we've
why
been
the
doing
we
stuff
met in
together.
year 8 thing is important. Because Zeke was a new dynamic in this. And we're like, I remember that being like, okay, yeah, mix it up. We'll see what happens. And then it's like, oh, Zeke's empowering the writers to write. And I'm like, hell yeah! So now we've got the best of all worlds, I would assume? Yes.
Yeah.
Learning
I'd
that
say
Zeke's
so.
also a goth bitch was great to know, to be honest.
What's going on YouTube?
And?
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I said that with such no heart in it.
Well, it generally sounds like you guys had a absolutely fucking amazing start. Genuinely.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
can remember the feeling.
Mhm.
It was a real lightning in a bottle kind of moment.
Yeah, that's certainly a word to use considering the first adventure that we went on.
Lightning in a bottle trapped in a lighthouse.
I can literally like remember the feeling of ending the first episode and being like, holy shit, like I've never had this kind of creative experience before. And then it just literally just rocket sounds, you know?
Hell yeah. That's incredible.
Yeah.
D&D is a very unique experience.
It is. Now, I'm not
When
gonna...
it rocks, it rocks.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna release you guys quite yet from the character, what have you
Creation
yet, but...
screen.
Yeah, from the
Hell yeah.
creation screen. So here's the fun question. For you guys, what D&D class would you like to be? Like you yourselves.
Me personally. Us personally.
You personally. Like-
And Rummy's a warlock.
I mean, I do genuinely feel like I'd probably be a warlock. At least something that suffers for my craft.
Damn.
Not to be cool, just because I identify quite strongly with the kind of thing in fiction where people have magical powers, but when they use those magical powers, it like ails them because I'm chronically ill. I'm like, if I'm chronically ill, I might as well have superpowers too. Like, if I'm gonna feel like shit, I'd like to like do
Get
things
something
with
out of it.
magic. Yeah, exactly.
I like to blow people up with my mind.
Yeah, you know, like, so I don't know. I identify very strongly with those kind of characters. So I'm like, if I had to be a class, and I feel like warlock is one of the closest. Like maybe if you like flavored sorcerer or like mainly sorcerer because it's inflicted upon you. You did not go to chronic illness school and decide to get one. So warlock feels appropriate for me. It might be a boring answer because I play a warlock, but it's how I feel.
It's the real
I
answer.
feel like Warlock is so diverse as well. You could
Mhm.
have so many different flavors of Warlock, and is just one specific
many.
kind.
Yeah.
I want to be flavored strawberry.
Strawberry
You're valid
flavored
for that.
Warlock.
Yep.
That's what I would do if I were to make a warlock, probably.
Just
Be
become a
very
magical
cute.
girl at that
Yeah, exactly.
Your patron is just like, I don't know, some kind of pink cat like creature.
Truly. Mim, you can go next, because I need to think.
I have one. If
Yes,
you still
Zeke,
need
go.
time to think.
Yeah.
I
Zeke,
would
go.
like to be a druid because I would like to be able to change into a cat and also be good with, plants and animals.
So true.
True.
I just
Yeah.
think druids are neat.
Yeah,
I
same.
think my first ever D&D character was like a druid adjacent cleric. Her name was Grania. She was a half orc cleric in Pathfinder, which is a nightmare of a fucking system to play. Sorry, Pathfinder. I hate your character sheet. Why are there so many skills? You don't need them. Stop it. Put some back.
Put some back on the shelf.
But yeah, she was sort of like a swamp cleric princess, more druidy, sort of old pagan faith of the twin snake god of like poison and healing.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's mad.
And I do play a druid in the puzzle box. It is
You do.
I see a theme.
yes.
I was also
I-
gonna say.
Like druids.
I also like Druid's cousin. Zeke
I
is
think
not my
both me
cousin.
and Mim like want to play a druid at some point as well as like another
Yeah.
class. Both of us have been eyeing that. That's something we'd like to dabble in D&D, but
Yeah. Well,
And perhaps real life.
often. Yeah. Well,
I'd love to
often-
turn into a cat.
Yeah, shifters are often druids. I just changed it up for Willow specifically. But I was gonna say probably in real life, barbarians. I have a reason. I'm joking.
Fuck.
Damn. You see Gray trying to hold on to his lungs to the best of his ability.
Got a fucking iron grip on this shit.
I was gonna say
Iron lung,
druid
they
just
might
because I
say.
like the idea of like talking to animals. But probably bard is the most obvious and accurate choice because I want to. One of my main life goals, which has joining all the others, but is to learn like as many instruments as possible and tell stories. So I'm like, I just feel like, yeah, like bard is a good because I keep looking at other ones like I wouldn't mind being a wizard, but I'm like, no, I don't want wizardry to be the only thing that I do though. Like, because then I want to do other things. So I guess I'm
You would-
multi-classing as a bunch of different
You
stuff.
really
you would
literally
multi-class.
are.
All of us, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You would be the multi-classer.
You're not only a multi-classer, Bard is literally the I kind of want to do a little bit of everything class.
Yeah.
Like
Jack of
by
all trades class.
reputation.
And you
Yeah.
randomly break out into song in a way that most of us
I'm just
don't.
Islander. Just someone.
But it does lend to the class.
You also have like 10 million hobbies
Yeah.
that
no,
you
I
have
know,
in
that's-
rotation.
Yeah. I do.
Carousel
Yeah.
of hobbies.
Yeah. So I'm assigned bard. By I assign
Life.
myself bard. Yeah. But I can multi-class with barbarian if I wanted. That's a
You
threat.
can. You can. You can do
I also
anything
like
you want.
Believe in you.
yeah, like clerics and such as well. Because I'm like there's a good yeah.
You're very.
I mean,
human to be
artifice is
around.
fantastic too. Rogue. See, you can
See,
see
this is
the.
why you multi-class.
I
You're level 1 in everything.
Oh my god.
know. Level 1 and everything is such a backhanded comment.
I know, I kind of realized that. Not because you're bad at it, just because you're always picking up something new.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the energy, yeah. But I'll come back and talk about it on my stream, which is why I'm a bard.
Yeah. Sarah, how
Oh.
you do it? You figured it out?
It's hard to say. I feel like I do align with the martial classes, and I will say I was a very active young person. I was always playing sports, literally always involved in a sports activity, but that changed the second.
Too. So,
What?
Sorry, just like competitive motherfucker as well. I just felt like sharing that about you,
Incredibly
that detail.
competitive. Yeah.
Yeah.
Until I met Mim, and Mim taught me that art was cool too.
You were already doing art. Don't give me that credit.
Not really.
Oh.
You made me more passionate about it, I will say.
Fuck you.
But I do think I will always align with the martial classes because I like the idea of being physically fit. That's nice. Imagine being healthy.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to run. Imagine being able to spike a volleyball. That sounds great. And
You can do it. You just dislocate your shoulder.
Yeah,
So which one of
it's
these?
fine.
Which
You
one
can
of
do it
these
once.
classes is spiking volleyballs? Huh?
I feel like it's between a monk and a barbarian and a little bit of a paladin.
I mean, I'd
have
also
anger
call you a
issues.
wizard because you do wizard shit and you're like
Oh,
studious
thank
and stuff.
you.
So that's what I would
Thank
You
do.
do
you.
wizard shit.
Yeah.
What sorcery is this?
People keep telling me I'm studious, and I did not realize that was a thing that I was.
You like
Yeah, you are.
spreadsheets, Sarah.
Yeah,
That's all.
You know,
just literally took it right out of my mouth. I was about to say just the word spreadsheets.
I would
Okay, so
actually.
Seriously,
yeah.
perk like a dog.
I was
I
a
would actually
programmer
say-
for a few years. Like, okay, I get it.
Yeah. I would actually say that of all of us, Sarah is the closest to being an artificer in real life. You have a 3D
Yeah,
printer.
true.
You
You
can
do
3D
have, like,
sculpt.
a-
You
can
do have like what a 3 square foot room full of machines.
Yeah.
You are constantly
guess.
making like real craft stuff.
Uh-huh.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but an artificer is a very like flexible class as well.
It is.
So that
Martial
does seem like-
intelligent class.
Yeah, without tooting my own horn, maybe that's where I sit because I am martial intelligent.
Yep. It's either that or Eldritch Knight.
Oh God, yeah. Just for the aesthetics, man. My mom was goth at heart, but she was never goth outside because she looks terrible with dark hair. So I think that influenced me a lot.
What a thing to say.
That's her opinion of herself.
Fair enough.
Could have been goth, but I'm blonde.
Literally. She's
Don't
the kind
have
of
the
blonde
eyebrows
where...
for it.
Yeah, exactly. She's the kind of blonde where it looks like she has no eyebrows.
Oh wow.
You can draw them
Gotta
in,
paint
thin
them
and
on.
extra high,
Yeah.
like a true goth. Anyway, carry on. Gray.
Continue.
Oh, good. So, shifting gears away from the creations and the beginnings, I want to kind of talk about the logistic end of Meta Blue and all the hard work that goes into it.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I
I
know.
love logistics.
Yeah,
I love
know,
logistics.
Spreadsheets. So we talked about briefly that every bit of art, from the character portraits to the overlay to the intro, is all done in-house. Overall, how many assets do you guys think you have created for the series?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And,
Let's go to
and
our
I'm
content.
putting it up on screen. I am including Zeke's MS Paint drawing of the Beholder.
Yes,
Like-
absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah.
There's our man.
There's a man.
Yes, man.
Boy.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
I'm wondering if I
thinking
can
about-
see how many
No, wait. Remember we
things
made
are-
a content table.
Did
So
we?
one thing that we did last year, yes.
Yes, we did.
I am always archiving.
Yes.
Spreadsheets are to Sarah what archives are to me.
Mim is
I'm a-
great.
I'm
at
a history
archiving.
nerd.
Like the
Yeah.
only reason we're
So
organized is because of Mim. So please,
that's crazy to say.
give
That's
Mim
bizarre to
flowers.
say. But where are the contents? We made a contents list because one day I was like, we have so much stuff. We have like 8,000 portfolios worth of stuff. But we just keep moving forward. We never actually like sit and take stock of what we've got.
Yeah, it's like, well, that's
Um,
done. A process.
Yeah, on
I'm
to the next one. I'm trying to find the Google
I'm
Doc.
like, yep, this is done. Time to move on. So I also have not really looked back, and then I look back, like, what's all of this?
Where did this get here?
Who did that? You did. Yeah. Catalog.
When?
Here we go.
3 a.m. and a day's stupor the night before the game.
Okay, can I send this to Gray? I'm gonna send Gray this
Yeah.
Okay.
this
Oh,
catalog
damn.
that we have. Yep. Just cause it's because I'm a master of pointing at people and being like, "Look at the work you do." You know when you like shove like people are mean to dogs and they're like, "Look at what you did." That, but I'm kind and it's
Positive.
good. Yes.
The positive.
And rubbing your
version.
noses in the carpet. The carpet is our catalog and it's immense and
Me
crazy.
looking up blurry from my tablet, like what?
Oh, damn. Blue
Listen.
has one thing on the next line, and I hate it.
Wow,
Oh, it's
this
fine, it's fine.
is...
Yeah.
Holy
that's-
shit.
I have not counted, so
So let's do a
It's-
quick. Can I
haven't
do a
even
quick
put in like
thought?
concept.
You just like
No,
just
this is from last
reclassify
year,
the let's just reclassify all the bullet points into numbers.
I'm not sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Can we do that?
It might not
let
work
me
because
check.
they're in different columns.
Yeah,
you
that
can
won't
bundle
work.
them. No.
Okay.
I
I guess we can do basic addition.
Yeah.
No. It's oh yeah, no, it didn't work there. Okay, look, here's the thing. So
Oh, shit.
we each have. Okay, here's my quick rundown. We each have one sprite each. The players have one sprite each. Those sprites have minimum 5 variations. Maximum looks like 10. One of us is a changeling, so one of us has more than one base sprite, which is to say, N has what 1, 2, 3, 4 main base sprites.
Yes.
Um,
Some of those sprites
also-
have different outfits.
Yes, also with different outfits. And I'm not counting different outfits too. Willow as an armorer also has
Mhm.
probably like 3 different base sprites. Yeah. And then Zeke, who is represented by the little flappy book on screen when he's not playing a character, has one main character that he plays now who has, again, a few variations. And has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different sprites in the previous area that we're in.
Mhm.
And has, I think, 3 new sprites of this
This
new
is
area that we're in.
Wait, no, there's Tarek. Yes, okay, good.
Yeah, the character, the sprites are the things on screen, by the way, just in case it's not clear what I'm talking about.
Yeah, these portraits that you can see on the screen right now.
The talk sprites, our D&D VTubers, our D&D tubers. For
D&D
every
tubers.
Yeah. Zeke makes the maps for the episodes, so Zeke doesn't pre-make the maps. He draws them himself.
Mhm.
And we've gotten at least 20 of those. Sometimes full colored, sometimes black and white. We got into the habit of doing splash art, which is when we have like a significant character moment and we have time to like draw it ahead of time to show it on the screen, which of which we have at least 20 again. And
Yes.
this was a checklist we did last year.
So it's not fully
not-
updated.
It's not up to date.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep.
In-game artwork, which is like stuff that appears in-game. N is an artist in-game, so sometimes Rom will draw stuff from N's point of view.
It's true. I do
Uh,
have character like portraits that
N's
drew from N's point of view.
Sketchbook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Things like wanted posters. Every now and then there would just be a scene that we decide to illustrate for the sake of it. Oh, the Dota, the arc where Qrowe joined in, was an art gallery, and
Yeah.
we made the art pieces
Yep.
for it,
We
which
all
was at
pitched
least
in.
like 20 pieces.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. And also promo in-game assets, including the boundaries of the actual screen that Rom made, the layout,
Mhm.
Yep.
the intermission screen, which is different, the intro, which is
Yeah,
an animated thing.
Also
The
made
And
outro.
credits.
Sarah animates our outros.
I do
Yeah,
animate
sorry,
the
I
Made
outros
the
the
and I like
outro.
that.
music.
Rommie
Yeah.
does. Last season, Rommie was doing art for the recaps as well. We stopped
Yes,
doing
that's
that
true.
because that started getting stressful.
It's a bit much, but yeah, I did a bunch of art for recaps. And yeah, I did the animated intros that are featured at the end of season 1, and the now season 2 has one consistently. Season 2, yeah. I said season 2. I remember there was like, did I say season 1 twice? No. Anyway,
Oh, and in-game writing, so like journal entries that we find, poems. Zeke wrote an opera. Sorry,
like
I
a
wrote
full
an
opera.
Summary. I wrote a summary of
Oh,
one.
I just wrote a summary of the opera. Anyway, Zeke wrote an opera in the canon that we then analyzed, but also like we've written
prophecies,
poems. Yeah, I think I offered up a poem for Tarek, like
You did.
letters,
You offered 2.
journal entries. Oh, that's right. I wrote a bunch of poems for Tarek. Yeah. I feel like a lot of this isn't going to mean much to everything, but that's the start of it.
I think we can safely assume at this point we're looking at probably over 100, probably approaching 150 at this point.
probably,
Assets?
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
Yeah.
lot.
yeah.
In case it's not clear, we are also visual artists. So
Yes.
the fact that we get to make visual stuff for this non-visual thing is just us putting our passion where our heart is. Or
Mm.
I
something
would
like
say
that.
our art is part of the appeal. A
We
large
do
part of the
nice
Oh yeah,
appeal.
art.
absolutely.
We do nice art. I think we need to say
You-
that more about ourselves.
You guys do amazing art, and
Thank
that was one of
you.
the things that dragged me in way back when, because I just was perusing the thing, and all I saw was these very well drawn sprites. I was like, that looks fucking cool. Click.
Yep.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
a lot of it too is like, obviously, we just do it because it didn't even occur to us that wouldn't be something that you do, you know?
Mm.
It was only when D&D people started coming in later, because obviously we're all relatively new to the scene except for Zeke. I think that's why Zeke was very like, oh, when like we just dropped all of these assets, like, okay,
like a
will
couple
this
days
do?
before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Before we
I
create
remember
our
being
first
like
session.
surprised.
No one was
Yep.
expecting that.
No one asked you to do that.
Yeah, and they're like, oh no, but we want to do that because we're just like, even just the initial screen, like having the screen layout the way that is. I do want to show the layout. I forgot to get a screenshot of our thing, but I guess if you tune in this afternoon, hee hee ha ha. But yeah,
I have one. Honestly, I'll just edit it into the video. I didn't
YouTube video.
yeah.
Nice.
so it'll be there
Cool.
for people
The
to
rest of you have to show up for our games later.
Yeah. Just to watch them talk.
Amazing
You can watch it from a
content
distance.
that you will enjoy because it's both hilarious and harrowing.
Oh God.
know. This is true.
Okay.
It's gonna be good. Anyway,
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm so excited for today's episode. But anyway,
Oh, I'm excited.
yeah, no, there's a lot of Meta Blues that I guess as visual, as artists, all of us are artists. Zeke is also an artist.
Yeah.
Like just kind of naturally did, and then obviously I guess polished off and then realized after, oh, yeah, that's a lot.
Yep.
Dusting our
Yeah.
hands and then look behind us. Just
It's like stacks and stacks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's-
Literally.
I'm here to tell you, as an archaeologist, like seeing the chronicling of all that is heaven for me. But also, if
Yeah.
I was to come across your guys' stuff like 100 years later, I'd be scared to tackle the project myself.
That's what I'm
Piecing
for.
it back
I'm always
together.
thinking of future nerds.
Thanks.
Being like, no, I'll make it make
helps.
sense for you.
Yeah, we will have like 1,800 journals.
God.
Oh,
Don't
I feel
even
like
don't
mentioning-
even ask about our when we all collaborate on something and the back and forthing of the file extensions of like who all has put a hand on this ball.
Yeah. We used to have a thing where we'd send the PSD, so the Photoshop file, across to each of us, and every time someone edited it, you add your first initial to it. So we'd have like the Z, the S, the R, the M. And so by the end of it, it was like Willow Jenkins, Sprite 1, Salvage. It was not a
File that
sustainable
starts
filing process.
beatboxing.
Yeah. Willow stuff's done.
I think
Anyway.
one of my favorite, I would say, Meta Blues assets is a graph of Willow's emotional state over the course of the first 50 episodes of Metanoia Blues.
Let's do that on
You're
stream.
right.
Or maybe
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
Vim
could
did do that on
every
stream.
episode or arc or something and was like, this is where Willow was at emotionally in this part of the story.
You know why? Because Willow doesn't say it out loud, and so in the background
Yeah.
I'm suffering, and I'm like, guys, but like also the type of character I have to play is one that like will not admit when they're upset. So I'm just sitting in the background like I want people to know, so I told on them.
So I do actually have the
Where's-
opportunity to show off the intro here for folks. I did manage to get that together, and I
Yay!
feel like it is important to
Yay.
do here. So let me get the funny little monitor down here. I put a little production value to this one.
Oh,
Well, here it comes.
it just hides everybody's heads.
oh god,
Mike
What is
Wazowski did
this?
my own damn.
what is this?
I'm the only one that's safe because I'm a buck.
Here is the intro. It's a really fucking good intro.
Thank you.
Absolutely
did
fantastic.
I
So
put that
well.
together in like a week where I was like, I need to do this, and then it happened.
Mhm.
It's so
Energy
good.
somewhere.
I don't know, like,
I'm like-
when I get the hyper focus, shit happens, and I
Isn't
can't
this
stop
like
it.
the second intro you made?
Yes, it's the like with the little silhouettes at the beginning where we have like the silhouettes of the 3-player characters, Luca, Willow, and where they're appearing like in front, and then you have the map kind of splashing into existence in the background. Those little animations, that was the season 1 intro. I made those for season 1, and I used that for the season 1 intro for like the last 30 episodes. And then I was like, well, this is great. I don't want to get rid of this, but I do want something new. So yeah, it's like a melding of the season 1 intro into a season 2 intro, and then everything else is just like, here we go, here we fucking go. I guess you can see some of our assets in that intro. Actually, like we're talking about the splash art in that little like section near the end where all like the pages are flipping. That's a lot of our, not a lot. That is a small sampling of our splash art.
It's a little taster platter.
Aperitif.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we've been yelling at everybody, you know, check out the episode later today, and by God, everybody, please do. This is me grabbing you by your fucking neck. As I know personally, creating a D&D series that is put out into the world comes with immense complications when it comes to actually broadcasting it. Uh-huh. The
Yeah,
silence for
sure.
everybody to soak that in.
I feel like we all just looked at each other across the table.
Yeah.
I don't even need to ask, do you have, but it's more of what common reoccurring difficulties do you indeed have when trying to manage the stream and play the game at the same time?
So
Rommie,
I'm going to
take
just
your
say
mic.
this right now. I have been having issues with my PC for like the past 2 years where it restarts for no reason and I cannot figure out what the fuck is happening. And
Lead
it
away.
is driving me insane because it will happen in the middle of an episode and it will ruin my like enjoyment.
Throw
I
off
will
your
be
groove.
Yes, it throws off my groove. I'm so invested in the session. This happens in Puzzle Box too. And my computer will just reset and I'm like sitting there like this is why people stop wanting to be alive because they don't get to play D&D.
Oh my god! Fuck's sake!
Every
So
day you're
many
bracing
breaks like you
yourself.
were thinking of your words.
I was trying to
Yes,
walk
I
away
know.
from it, but I couldn't
You
find
walked
it.
around it and then you kicked it.
That was just the can right there. You walked around and looked back, fucking punted it. That was awesome.
Yeah. I tried. I'm sorry. I tried.
No. Oh my
Other
god.
than that, Rommie.
I will say, I before we get into sort of our modern problems with modern solutions, we used to have a fucked way of having our sprites on screen.
Yeah,
mean-
classic PNTuber.
That is the primary technical
original.
difficulty that I would run into. Yes, because there had been many, many times where the old PNG tubing style with like CSS code and all kinds of bullshit was steadily going defunct. And I would discover this usually had like half an hour before the session started that something had broken. So it was first OBS no longer accepting the like code that I had been using for about over a year at that point. Suddenly OBS is like, no, I don't like it anymore. Okay, so sure, I'm fine with this. So I had to find new code that would work with OBS. And then a new problem arose, and that's the entire fucking internet no longer wants to let you hotlink images anymore, which this code requires. So that became a problem. And I probably aged about 10 years trying to find a solution for this. Because I tried all kinds of image hosts. I even tried my own freaking, because I have a website. I host a webcomic on its own website with its own domain. For some reason, that wouldn't work either. And I still, like, I asked my tech guy, why isn't this working? And he's like, it should be working. And I'm like, fantastic. It's not. So I tried a lot of things. And we have one solution that worked for a little while, but it only worked sometimes. Sometimes it just stopped working for no reason that I could decipher or like prevent or fix. It's just like, I don't feel like it today. So, okay.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? So now we're using Fugi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't
I
one of the
was-
fixes like you just had to re-input like
Yeah,
The-
one of the fixes is
the
like
links?
open up the code, take the exact same link, like delete it, save, open up the code, put the exact same link in. It's like, oh, I work now. Why? And I tried like opening the code and just like resaving it, like adjusting something very small, like just in case it needed to be refreshed or something like that. Nope. I just need the link again. You have the link. We have food at home.
I remember there was one piece of code too where it was like a comma or a thing like a
Yes, that was something
a
they broke
space?
on their end, where it's like,
Yeah.
well, there was like a non-capitalized S or something. It was like,
Yeah,
everything's
that's the
broken.
one.
Nobody knew why, and then one person is like, yeah, they fucked up the code. You need to input this S. It's like actual Discord stuff. Like, this is something Discord provided me. This wasn't some like back alley code I got from someone. This
the
was
depths of
actual,
Reddit.
like, yeah, this is actual Discord, sanction code that I was using, and they fucked it up.
Discord sanctioned code. Man.
Like, we were prepping to hire a programmer to write something that we could, like, use in-house,
Because
basically.
I'd been raging about this every other week. Hey guys,
Yeah,
I'm
'cause it was
dying.
a
I
nightmare.
want to kill someone.
I can hear the
Mostly
trauma in your
OBS.
voice.
It's because it happens before sessions so many times, and like I already have anxiety, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm making us late because I can't figure this out. Like the only time people really like this group really hears me getting aggressive is when I'm like trying to do something last minute or art, which is usually being done before stream as well. So that's when they'll hear me like cussing things out and just like muttering angrily to myself. So
Wait, I need to
yeah.
provide context as well. So Rom's PC and internet connection is the strongest out of everyone here because
Yeah.
Sarah and I are cursed by Australia, and Zeke's running
Also,
off a
the
laptop.
aforementioned restart
PC problems. Yeah, so Rom manages the OBS. So clearly Rom has all the problems with like the fundamental stuff while also playing N. That's one thing like I'm always amazed with Rom being able to do.
Mhm.
Because all of the like the screen transitions, the characters popping up on screen used to be Rom's job too, which would be interesting for you to do because like we had to find a weird wacky way to get like surprise NPCs to Rom.
Yeah.
That was wild. Like we won't go through it. If anyone, honestly, it's one of those things I'd love to hear. Like this
I
is like a
remember
separate
once-
YouTube video.
Yeah. Just one small anecdote about that is I remember once I was given a sprite and it wasn't a silhouette for reasons, and I was like, I know I'm not allowed to look at this, so I literally put my hand on my monitor screen so I couldn't see it while I was doing the stuff around it. That was my dedication.
Thank you.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Wow. Honest to God, I mean this with love, Rom. I'm glad I'm not you.
Yeah.
I would wish this on my worst enemy, but that's because I'm vindictive.
That's N
Aforementioned
coming
revenge.
through.
I wish we could make our worst enemies do programming.
It's not
and,
bad
like,
enough, but it's
tech for us.
It's not like bad
It's
enough
a
that I
start.
would, but it's bad, so I will.
Oh, incredible. Well, yeah, I truly, I've never had to do anything to that degree, and you really are a warlock. You must have sold your soul to get this shit to work. So,
That's what I'm told.
yeah. Well, speaking of hard work and not this time about technical difficulties, Zeke, I'm looking at you now.
Oh god.
DMing is fucking
Hi.
hard.
It is.
And it takes a lot of time and effort and sometimes blood and tears if we get desperate. Now, a DM to DM question that I'm sure any DM in the audience right now would weigh in on. What do you find to be both the easiest and the hardest thing to do as a DM?
Oh gosh. It has to be idea generation, right? Like just coming up with what do.
Yeah, I can personally agree with that. Yes.
Like memorizing stuff or like keeping the stuff straight is like annoying, but it's not hard in the way that like makes you bite your fingernails off and pace in circles. It's the like, okay, what's fun, what's interesting, how do I best serve my players? And honestly, the best way of doing that I have found is literally just to talk to my players. They are all incredibly creative people who are more than willing to give me all sorts of input and ideas, even if it's just like me sitting in the corner listening in on them going like, what if this terrible thing happened to our favorite NPC? And I'm like, yes, what if? Or it'll be like asking
legend of
about
that.
their characters or like brainstorming with them, which is honestly like half the fun of the game is you get to put your friends' OCs in situations.
Mm-hmm.
So
One
yeah,
thing we did was... Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
We have a channel in our Discord server of, I think we called it the hat, of like
Yes.
things you could pull out that might be fun. So if we see something in the wild, like an idea for a short section of D&D, like a short arc, or just something that looks interesting that could be utilized in some unknown way, we'll just drop it there for Zeke to look at and use as he sees fit. And I think that's a good like contribution that we can give him.
I also want to mention too, just for the formatting of our chat, because we have a Discord server with 8,000 channels, just to match our catalog.
Yeah.
We have the main channel, but also one thing we decided really early on is that we're not gonna tell each other our backstories. So
Yeah.
we're discovering each other's stories on the fly, but that puts Zeke in the unique position of keeping our stories from each other, speaking to us, keeping our stories from us sometimes, like as a DM, and then like figuring out how to navigate all of those, like weave them all together. We're basically always just throwing tomatoes at Zeke, and Zeke's like, okay, Zeke's a chef, so Zeke is making bolognese, you know what I mean?
Figure it
So
out.
like, yeah, and we'll eat it later.
Half the time I'm catching them in my mouth, half the time they're hitting me straight in the face. And I'm starting to cry, and you're also crying.
One was a chili pepper.
We also refer to it as knives. So
Yes.
we give Zeke a knife to stab us with emotionally.
Yeah. Literally, so much of my secret chat with Zeke is like, hey, I just thought of a horrible thing, and then I send like 3 pages worth of different, like, extrapolating on the same horrible thing from different angles. Sometimes, if we send Zeke a well-formulated knife, he'll be like, that's going in next episode. That's a dream sequence or something, you know? It's fascinating. But sorry, back to Zeke. I just thought I'd give you credit, because, like, it's a different type of juggly. Juggly. Different type of juggly from behind the scenes.
I mean, yeah, but that is like all part of it. It all sort of comes together and becomes the fertilizer, the groundwork, the raw clay that I get to sculpt into sort of the loose sandbox outline of a story that you then like march through.
Yeah.
It's a very, you have to be very okay with collaborating and ceding control in D&D, both to the dice and to your players. It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah. Yes, it
Um,
is.
Yeah, the other thing that's really hard for me in terms of like DMing stuff is just getting my fucking notes in order.
Yeah, brother.
Note keeping, I've got a pretty solid system in place for Metanoia Blues where I have a rough document of all of the ideas I've ever had, and I've just pushed them down chronologically.
Mhm.
And then I have specific session notes or like specific arc notes. So for example, I'll like, here's a specific location, here's all the rooms and stuff, here's the map for it. Here's the creatures that inhabit it. I'll put that in a little folder in Roll20 and make it nice and easy for myself to navigate.
Mhm.
And then I'll have the like episode of like, this is what has happened just now. Is like, here's a couple of options of like what might happen next, and just generally having like that sort of organized. I only have a laptop, which means I'm single monitoring this whole situation, and I'm so grateful for Rom to be the one that's hosting the stream, because otherwise it would look bad visually.
Yeah. Honestly, for all my complaining,
Donate to our DM.
I take a lot of pride in being the one to host the streams and being able to take like certain responsibilities off of Zeke. And also, since it's being streamed from me, it hides a lot of what Zeke is doing, so Zeke doesn't have to worry about hiding his dirty little secrets.
Yes.
Yes.
Or dirty little secrets, if you will.
That's a new one.
Now, to close out this segment a little bit, and then we'll go to a break, I want to put the players in the hot seat for a minute, because you're my friends and I enjoy fucking with you.
Okay.
It's this question is about something that may not be seen as quote unquote work in D&D, but personally, I think it kind of counts. how well do you guys know your character sheets, i.e., what your spells and class features do, let alone what spells, features, and feats you have?
I'm looking at each of you.
Close your eyes, brother.
I feel like I have it on easy mode because I play a warlock. Like, I don't have that many spells. I have Eldritch Blast and like make your brain explode itis. I have a decent handle on my character sheet because I have such a small like gathering of spells, so I know them pretty well. Um, eh, Maybe not my items. Sometimes those can fall through the cracks. But yeah, I feel like I have such a small amount of things, and I've linked so many of them. Like all of my spells have kind of a backstory to them in my brain because of the way I write N. So I feel like a lot of aspects of N are really tied to their backstory, which I know really well, or just their general story or character. So for me, like because I have so few spells, because if I had some of the spells, the amount of spells you guys have, I too would probably be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. But because I have a small amount of spells, and a lot of like the spells and the skills I have really tied to the character. It's like, yeah, I kind of generally know N can do this. So even if I can't call it up exactly by name, I know I can do it. So I will do it. So I feel decently confident in my knowledge of my sheet.
Yeah, I think I'm probably about the same. Maybe a little bit more, but also a little bit less competent. I think I am the most mechanically inclined of the three of us. I really like the nitty-gritty of the maths of playing characters personally. So I do try to be very on top of my character sheet. I feel like because we had a long hiatus that I haven't looked at in a while, I've lost a lot of my proficiency. My proficiency bonus is gone, but it'll come back. I'll get better at it.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah, and I think the main thing that becomes a confusion point is homebrew becoming like being used in our game, so things like potions being a bonus action instead of an action, just things like that.
Yeah.
So it does flip-flop on like when I'm supposed to do something, just because it is a bit different in our game than the standard rules that I hear about. But other than that, I think I do have a pretty decent handle. I don't understand why Divine Smite has to be separate to the rest of the smites, but that's fine.
Because it comes from the god you don't believe in.
It's a
They
different
all
ability.
come
It's a
from the god, but for whatever
This one's,
reason,
like specifically like categorized that way.
yeah, this is the god smite,
This is the
You
microwave
asked-
smite.
Oh.
and then there's Mim.
No, okay. I feel like I've been prepared for something. What are you guys insinuating, huh? Look, I'm gonna start with a defense. First of all, Howlen is a different beast because I rock up to every puzzle box section with a bard that has every spell available, and I go, "What? Huh?" Like every session, Gray's like, "Do you do this?" And I'm like, "Do I? I don't know," because I'm still confused about him. But that's because Howlen's an idiot. Yeah. Meanwhile, Willow Jenkins, I must say, first character I've ever played, Artificer. What?
Yeah, no,
I didn't.
you have
hard.
I
hard
thought.
mode. You
I
also
thought
make
that
these
D&D
gorgeous
was-
sheets to track your
No,
spells and stuff.
that's-
Like, I know that's an aside,
I'm
but
building.
like,
No, I'm building to that because that's the entire point.
I think.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
That
gonna get my yeah. I'm gonna get my downfall is inventory specifically. I always forget to mark things off when I've used them. However, my upfall. Sorry.
your ascension, one might say.
My- yes.
Your victory.
I have
your
I have studied my character sheet because there's no way that I could even navigate it if I didn't study it. So, along with Willow's general, I study the world. Everything that Howlen isn't
Study the
Willow
blade.
is. No, because I've got history notes. I've got homework. I do homework for fun in D&D. I've got every single one of my spells listed. I've got where Willow learnt it in their backstory, because everything that Willow does as a spell is a thing, and everything that Willow's invented is part of their character arc. So I have to figure out when in their lifetime they invented it. So I've listed all of their friggin' spells, backstory, how they look, when they made it, how they made it. I've got character sheets because I think that Roll20 sheets are ugly. I think that most D&D character sheets are ugly. I don't know why they look like that. One of my things I want to do is like make better looking character sheets, because I'm like, maybe people would look at their sheets if they didn't look like shit. Anyway,
Fuck you, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, fuck you, Watson.
I mean, genuinely.
who am I swearing at the moment? Because I just think that they don't need to look like they look like stress when you look at them. It's just like numbers and it's like ugly notepad. Anyway, I obviously
like
like
them.
journaling as well.
But I also
You
like numbers, so
No, but you like Excel spreadsheets. I'm a Google Doc table person, so I need the spacing to be right. If the spacing isn't right, your eyes get tired and then you don't read. Anyway, I've also got a cheat. So 2 main things that I use primarily. I feel like you guys set me up to feel so defensive. 3 main things. I have my character. I have my level 5 because that's the last time I updated it, so it's out of date a little bit, but that's okay. Character sheet, which shows everything that I'm capable of doing, all of my armorer subclasses, all of my extra artificer little things. I have 2 different modes in artificer, and I can only have so few spells. Me being aware of my character sheet doesn't mean that I'm good at preparing my spells. That's a different beast, okay?
Valid.
And yeah, and then I also have the captain's log, which is my way of like making inventory of stuff that we have on the ship as well as what we're doing. We have various other things, like our archive that we make for episode, what happens during episode. That's less of a player thing. That's more of a session running thing. But and then my cheat sheet, which is where I remember what is a bonus action, what are actions that I can take, because I feel like I jumped into the enthusiasm of an artificer without knowing any of the basics, like movement. Because like I'll be like, oh, I've got this like hella elaborate like artificer skill thing that I want to use here. I want to use this spell, this bonus action. Fish dog's gonna do this. My homunculus, that's my homunculus is the fish dog. And then Zeke would be like, this is difficult terrain, and I'm like, what's that? So I forget the basic rules every week of D&D, but my character sheet, I know it.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I think general consensus is that the artificer is like one of the hardest classes to start with because they're so complicated.
I didn't know that when I started.
No, Mim is especially designed to handle the artificer.
Mim is determined. And I remember once we had to like rewatch 3 episodes because Mim had not written down how much money Willow had spent. So we had to go back through those 3 episodes to figure out how much money. Yeah, how much money Willow had spent. And we were all
On
checking our
lunch.
notes. Yeah.
It was so
On
bad.
buying lunch for everybody.
That's one of
Banking
the
may
reasons.
not be Willow's strengths.
It's one of those things like, again, it's a baseline D&D thing where it's like, just keep tabs of your inventory. And I'm like, what? Sorry, I was trying to debunk the like mystery of Eberron. I didn't think about like
Looking at
number
your
go
checking
up,
account
down.
after you solved a murder.
No, hey, in video game as in real life, my bank account is.
I'm just saying you had priorities, and I'm not necessarily poo-pooing on your priorities. I'm just saying the feel when you look at your checking account after solving a murder.
Yeah, no. Willow digs into their wallet to pay for lunch, and they're like, "Huh, no gold. What is that? It's okay. I'll just steal more later."
Copper and Anne and Luca are on platinum. That's how it is.
Hey, I spent most of the start of the campaign building a boat. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Willow's a
Who
homeowner.
invested that money?
Willow has assets that are not liquid.
Non-liquid assets.
Yeah.
You should have charged me for my arm. That's what should have happened.
That's the other thing is Willow makes a
also
lot of
poor.
stuff
You
that
were.
requires a lot of like
Money
material
in
components
bank.
and is generous to a fault. So your inventory
them.
is shit. You also have pockets that are a bag of holding, and we keep
Yeah.
allowing you to like just pull
Put
random shit out,
Pull stuff out.
a
Yeah.
rug.
like an umbrella.
An umbrella.
You
Yeah.
didn't buy that.
Did you put Colbert's rug in your bag of
I did.
holding? Yeah.
It's
You
on the
put
ship.
a rug in your pockets? I don't remember that one.
Sorry, not the pocket. Willow converted it into a satchel so that they could fit more things in there. We're stealing from a pirate prince, just so everyone knows.
They're stealing
And
from
one
a
of the he had a magical rug, and
trap
I was
rug?
like, Zeke, can I steal that? And I still remember Zeke being like, yeah, I guess. Like, why are you stealing his rug? But,
Like, I guess you can move the
it's
desk
enchanted.
and steal the rug.
It's a trap rug. And Anne's
trap
there,
rug.
so Anne's not gonna tell you no.
And now it's like the trap rug at the front of our ship.
Yeah,
so
now
that
it's
if people
our
try to
trap
come
rug.
onto our ship, they will get trapped.
That's right.
Yeah,
It's just like you have to move furniture to pick it up is the thing.
Okay, strength check.
Yeah.
Willow is nothing if not determined.
There's 2 of us here and only 1 desk. I don't see the problem.
2 of us here with our -1 and 0 strength.
Sometimes I work.
Willow has a
Hold on.
+1.
Let me
Sometimes
check
I
my
function
cheat
physically.
sheet.
Willow does have.
I have
I think 0.
I have 0.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am so
that?
glad I included this question. I was not expecting
it's
the
so much.
defensive
Receipts.
meme, like fucking Phoenix Wright.
Defensive? Hey.
Objection.
Don't you dare! What is this?
Mim is
Why
so
is all
Phoenix coded.
Ace Attorney.
I am
Trying to
pretty
escape.
shit at it, but like, yeah. No,
You
I'm good.
have your strengths super strong. your foundations, as you have said,
Yeah.
Non-existent.
Dungeon and what? Yeah.
sometimes need to be reinforced. But yes.
Literally, the top of my cheat sheet just says action, bonus action, movement, object interaction, so I remember.
Look, there's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
I do
Yeah,
not
we can do a
fault you
lot
for-
of things.
My job is to remember the rules. Your job is to remember what the hell is in your pockets.
My job as a
Send
rules
Graham a
lawyer
cheat
is to question the rules.
We're all nerds.
You're a
man.
rules prosecutor at best.
Thank you.
Oh god.
I mean, a prosecutor is a type of lawyer.
Ew. I'm sending Gray my cheat sheet just so you can have a look
Oh,
at it.
thank you. I
Oh,
think with this
it's
question, we will take a 10-minute break. That way everybody can bathroom, water, etc. So,
Yep, thank
Yeah.
you.
yeah,
Thank
yep.
you.
All right, gang, we will be back here in 10 minutes. All right, everybody, we're back. Hi.
Hello.
For this section of the interview, I could ask 100 questions because I had lore, NPCs, and more character stuff in mind. But we don't have that kind of time, so I had to be picky, unfortunately.
May I have a second interview? I'm joking.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anyone would object.
Gray's audience? No jokes.
Holds a gun to my back. Bring him back, Gray. Bring him back.
Aw.
So the world of Metanoia Blues is set in Eberron. And we did kind of talk about it a little bit, but for those uninitiated, mostly actually kind of me, in all fairness, I don't know a lot about Eberron. Can we get like at least just a brief synopsis of what that world setting is?
So, I believe I can answer this one. Eberron is the brainchild of Keith Baker and assistants, but primarily him, where we have a D&D universe that is focused on not high magic, but wide magic. So, magic is a technology in this world, and it takes a lot of inspiration from pulp adventure and noir and all that good swashbuckling stuff. So think stuff like the 99 movie The Mummy or Casablanca or stuff like that, where it's really sort of pulpy and larger than life characters in a world that is magical, but perhaps in ways that you haven't thought of before. So we have what is essentially electric lights, and we have trains, and we have early sky travel. So we have airships, which are essentially planes and dirigibles. But we also have a lot of classic D&D stuff. So we have demons and fiends and monsters and dragons and so on. And we have all the elves, dwarves, etc. But they might be slightly different than you expect. So, for example, one of the easy ones is like halflings in Eberron are largely the main nation of halflings is in the Talenta Plains, where they are nomadic clans or groups that ride dinosaurs.
fucking love dinosaurs.
Yeah.
That long sagely pause after, yeah, halflings on dinosaurs. Welcome to everyone, everybody.
Jurassic Park.
Roll the
notes
opening
play.
credits.
Yeah.
Do 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 do. Mr. Baggins, how do you expect to get to Mordor? On the back of my Velociraptor, Sam. Anyway,
you also have like. I see we were killing Ray.
yeah, on purpose.
Always.
Bro, cover your mouth.
No.
Sorry, Zeke, back to it.
You also have holy warriors and paladins, but those paladins might actually be vampires, serving a godless religion that worships the divine spark of life.
Luca can't
Now
say.
you're speaking my language, says Luca.
Yeah.
After Zeke, I'll add something too, because you're just reminding me of an early thing that appealed to me about Eberron. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's subverting something that I didn't know existed because I wasn't part of D&D prior, or it's what put me off D&D prior. So I think that's why Eberron
Yeah.
really appealed to us as a table.
Mhm.
Because it's
Yes.
like, you can be
It
a
is-
character that's not defined by your alignment. I'm like, what's an alignment? And why would I be defined by it anyway? So like, it's an interesting,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
it was a great
It is
stepping
a
stone for us.
world that has like a lot of moral gray. So for example, there's like a
Mm.
nation of monsters where a lot of Eberron and like Qrowe in particular, the continent that we're on, is defined by like the widespread use of magic. So you have like magical lighting and a magical means of transportation. There are mage-bred animals, so like unicorns and pegasi and all that exist.
Mm.
There's a giant owl on the city council of magical New York, which is Sharn.
Mm-hmm.
But for example, in Qrowe, the monster nation, they use wide monster. So they'll use like harpy song to put on entertainment and stuff like that. People on battlefields are petrified by Medusas so that they can be like moved safely while they're in critical condition to like halt the bleeding or whatever. There's a lot of weird and interesting stuff. There's a lot of like fun lore and like fun sort of societal implications that you can really dig into in Eberron, because Eberron ultimately is like, for me, it is interested in like, how can we explore certain like social or political topics, but with a really weird fantasy twist on it. Like first and foremost, the thing about Eberron is that it is a post-war setting. So there's been 100-year-long war of succession, where technology has advanced by leaps and bounds, and it ended with a terrible cataclysm that basically wiped an entire nation off the face of the planet, and nobody knows what caused it. And everybody wants to know what caused it.
Shit.
Yeah.
And that's where we come in. Guys, hands on table, hands on heart. Which one of us caused the morning?
Me hiding the
The
gun.
morning is the
Willow.
cataclysm.
I wasn't even in the
Willow.
continent when it happened.
It's so obviously Willow.
Okay. I don't know why I started this conversation.
I don't
reckon
know,
you did, 'cause
Luca. You
can't remember
conveniently
anyway.
lost your memory. You're looking
Exactly.
pretty sus right now.
Look, even if I press the button on the nuke, Willow was the one who designed the nuke, so it's still
So
Willow.
why is it me? It's both of us then. And these are the kinds of interesting moral conundrums that we have in Eberron.
Oh, Zeke, I'm not letting you out of the hot seat quite yet.
Uh-huh.
because you have
Sizzling
such a
sounds.
what was that?
Sizzling sounds as Zeke is
Oh.
forced back into the hot pot. All right, go.
Stays here. Since you have such a full campaign world to work with, you've had to put on many proverbial hats. Numerous NPCs, both plot-driven and passerbys, have come to the screen and either gone or stayed indefinitely. Is there any one particular NPC that you have enjoyed wearing the hat of the most? And if you can't decide, can you give the top 3?
Well, I feel like I have to shout out to Malachi, the goblin shopkeep of like what is basically like a pawn shop and like novelty store in Regalport, which is like our first major city that we've been to.
Mhm.
He was spawned because I believe Rom was saying that
Yep.
you had read the name Malachi wrong
Yes.
as Malachi, and I was like, I'll take that name and put it on a nervous little guy.
That's awesome.
I'm glad that this is how I will be remembered.
His
Malachi.
legacy lives on.
Yeah, honorable shout out to him. I like playing little weirdos. I like often the characters that I have the most fun playing are the ones that do not stay around because they are very much a bit.
Mhm.
But I will say I have been enjoying our sort of main contact characters for the party. All of them basically. The main ones being Seeker Elsa, who was very
Aw,
prominent in
I love
season
her.
1, and we will probably hear from again in season 2 eventually, because we have letters to receive.
And she's always in Luca's heart.
Yes.
Hmm.
She
And
was
sometimes
very
your
much
memories.
like
Sometimes
Yes.
she manifests.
yes. She was very much like a mentor figure to Luca and like resident therapist
Yeah.
to like get the party started on their adventures, because everybody kind of started with a why the fuck would I go adventuring? I don't want to do that. It was scary. I don't know.
Made it real easy for you, huh, Zeke?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Call
Like
to
I was,
adventure. I don't want that.
I was
Willow's
expecting
hanging
us
off
to-
repeatedly.
I was expecting us to leave Regalport before 100 episodes, but well, here we are.
You
You
know
gave us a
better.
murder mystery.
Yeah, I'm also at fault here. I'm
We had the
looking in
opportunity
the
of
mirror.
leaving around maybe at least the 60 to 70 episode mark, but then some people had to go and be silly in public and murder a man.
Silly. We're calling all of our serial killers silly little guys from now on.
Yeah.
Definitely
I also
don't think
enjoyed
so.
Bruno Saltbeard,
Ah, my love.
the Dockmaster, who was also sort of in charge of Willow's tinkering shop.
Hmm.
I also enjoyed Vis of the Vis Visage, who was sort of N's shady contact in Regalport.
Mhm.
Real good time. And of course, Varys Greenleaf, the sort of first NPC they saved in the very first adventure. And Damon Ir Ardantego, who is
Ugh.
a let's say a benefactor of the current adventuring party.
What a polite
Yeah.
way to say it.
I'll take his money.
I won't. It's so funny you mentioned Varys because, like, we're talking about the first episode. The NPC that you brought in, probably to be disposable, we've taken him so hard under the wing that he's a main character in season 2.
Yep.
We got a picture of
We
him
didn't
right
just
here.
save him.
Look at this man.
Varys.
There he
I'm
is.
sorry, you're gonna give me a sad middle-aged gay man and not expect me to latch onto him?
Oh, we need to fix his
He
entire
looks
life.
so much better. He looks so
Yeah.
much better than when
Yeah,
he first
looked like
appeared.
shit when we first saved him, but like
With-
he looked like a
we
fish.
real- Yeah, well,
The meme for
yeah,
this sprite. I think you spearheaded this sprite, and like, damn,
I just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see Mim's love for Varys in this sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, that he looks
Yeah.
so much. I sent the old sprite too, so Gray could have a look at it.
I did.
He's waxy. He looks horrible. We've saved him from under a lighthouse, but that's a spoiler. So.
Yeah, he was in a very, very bad situation, had a severe case of malnutrition, among other things. One of the
Tentacle arms.
severe case
Tentacles
of
for
being
arms.
a fish.
Yeah.
That's what I call an abnormal medical condition, yes.
Yeah. Severe case of dead crew and no life ahead of him. Yep. Got ya.
Doctor, what's the diagnosis?
so-
I don't fucking know.
Bad.
Fucked.
Fish.
Fucked.
So he's been along since the beginning, come in and out of the story as these three chuckle fucks sort of get on their feet and start exploring the world.
Given to us by a pirate king.
That sounds bad. He was given a permission slip to join our crew.
Yeah.
Did you get your permission slip signed?
Oh, I say in this
Prince
voice.
Raga said I could come.
Oh man. So, follow-up question to the players specifically. What is your favorite NPC that you've seen Zeke step into the shoes of?
Oh,
I mean, I feel like for me, a real standout was Brina Di Madani.
Yeah.
My character, Anne, in a different persona, but still Anne, and Brina spent a lot of time together, and it was probably one of my favorite NPC player character dynamics so far. It was really fun to do, and Zeke did a great job playing the I guess we'll go with this now kind of detective that kind of went along with a lot of N's shit. It was very fun,
Yeah.
and I just
Yeah.
adore Brina as a character in general.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd
Yeah.
say
Brina
Brina
is
is one of the
great.
standouts. Yeah, Brina. Shout out to Brina.
Heavily inspired by me watching a lot of Columbo.
Yes, this also got me into watching Columbo, which I also have to thank Zeke
Mhm.
and Brina for.
We watched a few episodes like as a team.
We
as
did.
well.
yeah, it was part of
Yeah.
our meetings.
Fucking love
For anyone who
Columbo.
has not met Brina, yeah, she's at least semi-based on Columbo. So that's what you can imagine. Columbo and Anne working together to solve a murder. And it was great.
I love
I'll
that.
mention Secret Elsa in like actual detail. I love her. There we go. There's the detail.
I mean, yeah, this is dynamics of
Um,
Secret also for all of us really, really wonderful.
I will say, I do have a soft spot for the rarely done relationship of a mentor and mentee character who are equal in the relationship, despite having that kind of hierarchy in the relationship. And that is something I did not express to Zeke in so many words, if at all, but it was still something that he also, I think, appreciates enough to implement. So that was another moment of like, what do you call it? Divergent,
Kismet?
convergent evolution. Yeah, kismet. Yeah. Me and Zeke being of the same mind, basically.
I think there is a Venn diagram, a four-sided Venn diagram that meets pretty strongly in the middle with Meta Blues, which was nice and fortuitous for us. I'm gonna look. I could talk about the NPCs all day. I'm partly the reason why Varys is still here because I just could not.
Yeah.
I was like, I love that guy. He's here, but I'm not gonna talk about Varys because I always do. I'm gonna shout out to
To
Zeke.
talk about.
I like when Zeke plays a villain, or an antagonistic kind of character, because like I'm gonna point out two characters that were like kind of antagonistic to the plot. Myraldine and Wolfred have left a lasting impact on me, and just because like Zeke's way of playing those characters too is so like there's like a spectrum here. Dragovich, Myraldine, and Wolfred, all kind of different brands of asshole in different ways, you know.
Yeah,
and like
yeah. Go ahead.
I'm very fascinated by how Zeke manages to vacate the very considerate DM position to play just like fuckers. Like they're so annoying, you know?
As someone who
in
started to
various
do it,
ways.
it's fun. I don't know if I can speak for Zeke, but it can be fun.
Yeah.
Just vacate and become a piece of shit for a little bit.
Yeah. Because like I'm now used to like this is like the flip side of the Elsa thing. Zeke plays mentor characters really well. I love Bruno. Willow would not have proceeded through this plot if not for Varys. I think that's like a key thing.
Yeah.
Secret Elsa. These are all like the early stages of like Zeke character building. I'm like, oh, he's really good at playing these kinds of like you drop those random like therapist insights like bombs on us. Like they're really good and insightful. But then also having just like characters that like
Your villains are very satisfying to kill.
Yeah.
Like for me to just
I'm
be
glad.
killed once.
or maybe not even kill, engage with at all. Because I described
Yeah.
3 very different antagonists
can
who
mean
are
so many
antagonizing
things.
for different ways. You know?
Defeat, let's say.
Yeah. And I like the range. I really appreciate the range. It gives us a lot as air quotes heroes to bounce off, especially in a gray zone. That's like the fun part.
Yeah. Yeah, I do think Meraldine is also one of my faves. She's also one of the early ones that I
Boss.
like wrote and included.
Yeah, we saw her in episode 10 of season 1. Like that's
Yep.
how early Meraldine showed up.
Wow.
As the lady who stole Varys's ship.
She steal it. She
I
got
was
it fair
employed
and
by
square.
her and was employed by her. That's how she showed up initially.
Yeah. But and
And we
in
found
person,
out about
her
the
at an
ship thing
opera,
later.
and this will never come up again.
It's not like I have her boyfriend's like texting address.
That sounds
DM her boyfriend or anything.
no. Hey. You guys need context for this, but I can't provide it. And is friends, not with Meraldine, but with her partner.
We're trauma bonded.
Let's say they're in a support group together.
Yeah, they're in a support group together.
They're an AA Assholes Anonymous.
Your name is in freaking neon lights, both of you. Anyway, yeah. I shout out specifically to Meraldine, I guess, because I can't shout
Yeah.
out too much about Warford without punching everyone. Anyway, let's go.
I can't shout out my personal NPCs yet because they're not there.
Yeah.
Aw.
Watch Metanoia Blues now for Zeke to be playing an entire pirate crew.
And a
Yes.
bunch of gays. So much.
It's a
cool.
pirate
He's
always
always
do.
playing a bunch of gays. Zeke's been playing gays since the start.
He's been playing gays since the day he was born.
I assure you, he's not playing anymore.
You
This is
better
not a
start
phase.
believing in gays.
You are one. Take a break, Gray. Breathe it out. Work through it. You got this.
Man with no lungs to breathe.
You should have thought of that before you showed up.
Ow. My chest hurts after that one, man. Fuck you, man.
Oh, sorry. I didn't
No,
mean
you're
it.
not. You're not sorry. Oh.
I didn't.
Oh.
Thought you were dead.
You know what? No, fuck you. Now I'm throwing the hammer at you. All right, I'm throwing the hammer at all the players. Here we go. Here's a hammer for you. What aspect of each of your characters would you diagnose to be the cause of them having self-sabotaged before, or will potentially be a cause of them self-sabotaging in the future?
Wow.
Don't hold back, eh?
Never piss off an archaeologist, I guess.
I mean, N believes they're a monster. Like,
Oh my god,
that's-
same,
that's
buddy.
easy
High
to
five.
diagnose.
Yeah.
You two have that in common.
Yeah, nice.
Luca has
But man,
physical evidence that he's a monster.
Oh, you see, it's
And
this track
his-
record I have right here. It's this trail of blood coming from behind me.
Don't worry about why I think this way, but I am worried about, my warlock powers turning me into a physical monster. That was a big issue that Anne was grappling with for a long duration of season 1. Getting a bit better about that now because they're embracing it. But don't worry about what that is going to do to them psychologically. But
Different,
yeah, they,
equally big issue.
don't worry about it. Yeah, and thinks they're unlovable and a monster. So why not
Damn.
sabotage? Why not sabotage their relationships and their life? It's not like they're gonna be here long enough to worry about the repercussions.
God damn!
Whoa.
Is that can getting kicked again?
I was just about to take a drink of water. I'm glad I stopped. Oh my god.
Like, I have
Does your
hammers
PC
too.
turn off all the time?
No.
N's PC turns off daily.
Yes, honestly, they don't have the funds to repair it, so they just have to deal with whatever quirks their PC develops. This is not canon. This is.
We don't have
life
computers in
in
everyone
What's your
Everyone
PC?
yet.
Your player character.
Player character.
Player character shuts down.
Yeah, so true.
have you turned your N on and off today?
Your Persona Collective.
Yes.
Yeah.
True, that too.
Yes. So
Your
true,
Persona
so
Collective
true.
is malfunctioning. That's what we call all of N's personas.
It's so often is. It's only like recently started to kind of function, and even then, I hesitate to call it that.
It's improving.
Say
It's
Luca is in a
developing.
similar position. He knows he has committed various war crimes, and he's like, okay, I deserve to suffer for that. But he's getting better about it.
Paladins, eh?
Yeah. Not just like
You
war trauma, religious trauma.
Both. Religious war trauma.
Wow. Why does mom
You can
have
have it all.
2 traumas?
You can have one if you want.
You can
I have enough. I have traumas
you
you
have
don't even
more than
know
one.
about yet.
Same girl, same.
You have traumas you
gonna-
don't even know
You
about
don't
yet.
even know about.
Exactly.
brain trauma mainly. Oh yeah, where else is it? Anyway, it's funny because you guys say that. That's one thing that Willow has never identified with either of you. Like you guys are both like, "Oh, I'm a monster." Willow's like, "No, clearly not."
I mean, they do self-sabotage, though.
Willow sabotages everything. Willow sabotages.
Themselves,
sabotages-
others.
Willow's a saboteur. Yes, the Willow makes. So Willow is by trade a saboteur. They sabotage things during the war and things that would like amplify violence. If that ever includes themselves, then I guess that's just an observation of fact.
Hey, Willow.
Does that work?
No, I think there's a little more you could talk about.
Oh, yay. This is why I said this question.
Let's
How
see.
about your -1 charisma?
Oh, but like Willow's not deciding to be shit at that. I think there is a
No, but it is
Willow's
a
like-
trait that will cause them to self-sabotage.
Yeah.
Those
Willow's
suffers from foot and mouth disease as well.
Foot and mouth disease? Isn't that another thing? Anyway, no, okay, I will say like I don't even know because Willow's not like good at talking. Well, they don't think that they're good at talking. They're in a lot of situations where they aren't communicated with well, or they don't communicate well, or whatever that is, you know? So like that's just frequently not a thing that they do. I don't think though that I would call that one of their like self-sabotaging qualities. I would say that Willow has suffered a lot of situations where say like people that they are close to, it has resulted badly. And so at the start of the campaign, we're finding Willow who is air quotes self-sabotaging by simply not engaging with other people ever again. That's the main thing. Like the social issues or the social awkwardness in that regard is less so like because their charisma is bad, because it's one of those things. Willow doesn't think that their charisma is like, Willow's self-aware that lots of people don't vibe with them, but I don't think that they're like how do I say this? You know, you don't blame yourself sometimes that other people don't know how to talk with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of like how Willow is. It's just like, oh, that's how I am. I have had friends before. It's not like I am completely like Willow doesn't believe they're like unlovable the way that Luca and N sometimes do. Because it's illogical to believe that, you know? It is not rational to Willow to be like, all people are lovable. I am an exception. No, that doesn't make any sense. That's not like Willow's a very reasonable, rational character. Everything has to be rationalized a bit. they're just neurodivergent.
That's the other tagline of the show.
Yeah, and that's what I mean too.
Neurodivergent.
No, but that's the thing, you know, like when you're neurodivergent, you're not necessarily going around being like, oh, I am not able to talk to other people because I am the problem. No, often it's just a problem that happens but can be resolved, you know? So like I veer away from the kind of like self-hating aspect of Willow because they don't. But they do certainly hate circumstances and where they've left them. So I think Willow's avoidance is their sabotage because they will avoid things that hurt. And most situations with other people do. So like that's the thing.
Yeah,
there you go. Does that work? Bitches?
Yes, that
does that
does
work for you? Here's your hammer back, asshole. Good luck breathing. Ha! I cast a spell of get fucked.
When I get to Australia, I'm fucking
What was
choking you out.
Habakkuk, fuck you.
The song from the Grey's fucking shop with all
Oh,
the
the potion
choking.
shop video, the
Rope of choking.
the bag of choking,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or the
That's
sack
what
of
we just
choking. That's what it was, sack of
Yeah.
choking. Thanks, bro, for that fucking beauty.
I love that.
That was
thing.
excellent.
Hey man, I gotta
so
buy
good.
you more of that coffee that you had that day.
That's a magic potion, I think.
Whatever he took
Potion
that
of
day,
music
give him
production.
more of that.
Yeah.
Talking about sombrero like he's a random rodent. Whatever
I mean, we
happens to
never
your
met
drip
him.
feeder that day. So true.
Rommie
And we
being
never
all,
will.
have now joked that Sombrero is the patron saint of editing. So Rommie has made a pact with the patron saint of editing Sombrero. So Rommie and Sombrero are now.
This is hilarious because I
Bonded.
think me and Sombrero have communicated the least out of everyone here.
No, yeah,
I think
it's
that's
such
me.
it's such a disgrace to Rom's like work. This is the work of a
No.
random man, I think. Happy International Women's Day, everybody.
No, like,
I'm not even a woman. Everything about
That's the
this
worst
is
part.
wrong.
Okay, it's starting to become a problem, Gray. Breathe.
Oh.
Breathe. Freaking blowfish eating a carrot sound that you just made.
Oh.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay, carry on.
I'm sorry, man. You and me in a room are dangerous, man. Jesus Christ. Alright, pulling myself together. Alright, taking the hammer back, but now giving you an ice pack instead of the hammer. So, I'm gonna ask, please answer for each other on this one, and Zeke, you can be included in this one. What is something each of you is proud of En, Luca, and Willow for doing?
Aww.
Aw.
Aww.
Oh, how
That's
nice.
so cute. Maybe I won't kill Gray. Okay.
I'm proud of Willow for in season 2/season 1 deciding to confront their fears, which is their past.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a standout one, absolutely.
For N, I am proud of them reconciling with some of the more damaged parts of themselves and like starting the journey to heal their trauma and being like, hey, maybe it wasn't my fault that this terrible thing happened to me.
Maybe.
And for Luca, gosh, I'm proud of him for finding the strength to leave what was possibly like the most idyllic situation that he's ever experienced in his life, thanks to
True.
amnesia, which was like
Mhm.
leaving Secret Elsa to be like, I need to go find out who I am. Oh, also, I want to say the Luca's speech to Islay.
Don't steal my shit, man. That's what I was gonna say.
You don't have to answer for yourself. We're
Okay.
answering for each other.
Okay, that makes things easier.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I like Willow leaving salvage. It feels like maybe
yeah.
Willow leaving Green Tarn just at all. I'm not. That's not the moment I'm going to choose. I'm going to choose something different. But I have to say again, like that was one of the first things that came to mind. Is just Willow leaving Green Tart at all. Like that's I
right
identify with some of Willow's avoidance.
Yeah.
So like I do strongly connect with how hard that must have been for them to do and to like bust out onto the sea again and just especially with where we've ended up as just
Hey.
it takes a takes a lot of bravery and I really respect Willow for getting there, but I'm going to choose a different moment. And I don't know if I can talk about this too explicitly for avoiding spoilers, but Willow confronting a certain someone in the death of the artist arc and
yeah.
going directly, into their home and having like mental chess battles with them, sometimes quite literally. I just think that was really cool of them, and I'm just like I respect the gusto involved in that, and it also made that arc very interesting. So like that's a big standout Willow thing for me.
Hmm.
God. I guess
Yeah.
I just add the context for that. Willow suspected someone of murder and decided to be like, well, I'll go have a chat.
I might as well. For Luca, it's hard to pin down an exact moment, but I feel like just looking at Luca's character, and like from where he started, and to where he where he started when we met him and then what he became after that. Just like thinking about his journey of showing up lost, barely like showing up in Green Tar specifically, showing up in Regal Part, just in pretty much in a amnesiac almost days. I feel like I'm not far off saying. And then like just how far he's come really from that point to meeting Seeker Elsa to being at a point where he is interacting with Willow and us at the beginning of season 1 where he's trying to be a good boy. And it's like just understanding how difficult it has been for him to arrive in this place where and we can pull up the Secret Islay section again, where he's able to like impart these wisdoms and he's able to show this kind of grace. Just knowing how difficult it was to get there for him is like that's something I'm just in general proud of with him. Is this how much work that was? Both of you have done so much work, and I see it. It's essentially what I see.
Damn. Wow.
I'm gonna say for Willow, equally making the decision to confront something is difficult, and then actually doing it is equally as difficult. I think I'm proud of Willow for yelling as much as they have in the past couple of episodes and like feeling their
Valid.
feelings out loud, because that's something they've obviously struggled with because of the whole when you feel things go wrong that we previously mentioned. So I'm just proud of them for letting themselves feel things out loud, and whatever happens, they can deal with it because they have support and they love themselves. Maybe not that far yet, but that's part of it.
You guys love themselves since the start.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry, carry on.
Willow doesn't have the ego
No,
problems.
that's us problems.
That's me and you, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Willow has distinctly different problems from that.
Yeah. But like obviously they have issues with the whole taking up space because they don't want to be a main character. So I'm glad they're letting themselves be a main character for a little bit and feel their feelings out loud.
Oh, thanks.
And I am so proud of N every time they open up emotionally about something. Literally
Gosh,
anything. Literally anything to anyone. I'm like,
I like how we both have like broad strokes. Like, man, I see you struggling.
Yeah.
Like you and your handshake. Like, it's hard. Shit's
Just 'cause
hard.
I know how hard
Yeah.
it is to open up about your feelings about anything ever. So doing that is like commendable to me personally. I always think about and talking about their sibling for the first time, and I'm like, oh baby, you spoke. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. After throwing up over the side of a ship, but they did speak.
Literally.
Yeah.
Look, you gotta get past the pukes and then into the feelings.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
No, I think mine are pretty broad brushstrokes too. Because unfortunately, when you posed that question for Luca, my first thought process was rocking up every day. I think no, that sounds pretty dark, but like, there's that can again.
It's just
No,
here.
'cause there's one thing with N, like they both have a different relationship with power and the power that's been like thrust upon them in a way. N's a warlock. This is largely out of your hands. So you're like reclaiming a power that was and I know this is way more complicated than I'm gonna put it, but from where we're at, it looks like you got given a power that was dark and horrible, and now you just have to use it as a means of survival.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use like a ham-fisted analogy here. Luca is someone that has picked up a sword numerous times, yeah? And feels like their arm is a sword. Like you've woken up and your arm's a sword now, yeah? And you just have to learn to navigate day-to-day life with it. Luca generally feels like every
you could
time
make my
he
arm a
is...
sword if you wanted. Just saying.
I could, but I wouldn't, because I feel like you wouldn't like it, because you like your hands, because you use them for like gentle things. But you also decide every day to pick up a sword as well. You know, if Luca, as an Oath of Redemption paladin, his decision could just as easily be, I will never pick up a sword again. You know? You make an active decision, despite the fact that your sword hand, the one that's cut off, is like the bringer of doom, let's put it that way. You've made a decision to go back to retrace those steps anyway. This is similar to what Zeke said. I think that there's something, like, I am always proud of Luca making decisions, and I think that's something that stands out as playing Willow, because Willow avoids making the decisions because then they obviously have to follow through. Whereas
They have
Luca's like
consequences.
constantly, Luca's constantly facing down the consequences of his actions in every conceivable way. And it's different, but I think the things that I'm like proud of both of them come together in a lot of the Luca and N interactions. The first one I'm thinking of is like the pot plant one. Which one? N was like likening themselves turning into a monster as like a plant growing, and Luke is just like, I like flowers. Like that conversation, I was like, oh! I'm so proud of both of you, because I feel like they extend. Like, why does Luca keep picking up a sword? So he can protect someone like N, you know? And why does N keep going? So you can have a friend as warm to you as Luca. You know, like, why would you be like able to convey yourself to the people around you? Because it's rewarded with love. You know, it's just it's them. I'm just making hand gestures. Yeah.
I love that.
It's nebulous. Every episode of Meta Blues is like, oh, I'm proud of you.
Look at you feeling your feelings.
The world's trying to kill you. Yeah.
The world
Literally,
sucks.
The world is trying to kill you every day, and you keep showing up. Hell yeah.
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 That goes to everyone. I'm proud of everyone for rocking up.
Honestly.
Yeah, that is kind of the theme of the show.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that. I love hearing that. So, a little fun question before moving on, because I need to know this. I will always need to know this. What is each of your character's favorite flavor of ice cream?
Let's
can
include
assign-
Varys.
Yeah, I can assign people favorite flavors as resident
Yes, and we can
gourmands.
As God.
I mean, my first thought, because Anne likes chocolates and, you know, likes cocoa and all that, and like, I mean, maybe chocolate ice cream would be the first one that would come to mind for me.
Pretty luxurious, yeah.
Yeah. Anne's like that.
Luca comes from a place where like any
Luca
kind
eats
of
snow.
ice cream. Yeah. I feel like Luca would enjoy like vanilla and then
Oh my
put
god.
things on it depending on the day.
Oh. Cold Rock.
Yeah. Or like
Yeah.
like he'd be like, today's vanilla with a little bit of mango, fresh cut mango, and tomorrow's vanilla with a little bit of kiwi.
I respect it.
He
Nice.
equally like simple flavors and like really robust flavors. So he could turn vanilla into something really extravagant if he wanted to.
Can you? I see. I'm sure. Sorry for laughing so loudly. I don't know why that came over me.
Yeah. Why are you such a hater?
Willow. The first thing that came to mind was praline, but I didn't even know what that flavor is. The word popped to mind.
It's like hazelnut and chocolate.
That's my
Associate
favorite
really
flavor,
with
so I
N
take it back.
as well.
Yeah. So if this ain't about you, I knock Willow out the way. I can imagine Willow liking fruit ice creams, but not like fruit flavored. You know, like strawberry flavor isn't actually strawberry, but
Right.
like if it was actually fruit blended up into ice cream, they'd probably like that. I think
Huh.
Willow would like gelato.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
I associate with Willow with pineapple because of that one singular episode.
Which episode?
They had like pineapple buns or something.
Or
I
like
see.
pineapple cake, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't tend to associate Willow with dessert foods, so that's why I'm like, I don't know, just something. Maybe a classic pistachio.
They're so
Um,
pretentious.
That's not pretentious. It's just
No
Italian.
wonder Colton kicked them out.
Ooh, it's the
I'm so
furthest
sorry.
from pretentious.
I'm so fucking
Stop,
sorry.
Stop. Stop. Sorry.
I'm sorry. No, oh, you don't even know what you.
Sorry.
I leave it.
Assigning for player characters and dark chocolate ice cream specifically with like little crunchy sugar chili bits,
Fair.
Ooh.
like candied red chilies in it.
Yeah.
I feel like they gotta have some kind of crunch to their ice cream.
Yeah,
Mm.
you know that like Crunch
Um,
Cat gif that's
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
eat while eating their ice cream.
Yeah. And bites ice cream cones like a maniac.
It's hot in Sharn.
It is a tropical city. For Luca, I do think it's like a peaches and cream type situation where it's like a blended bits of freeze dry fruit and like a fiori latte type thing.
Like a very simple flavor.
He's a little
Yeah, but
rabbit
it's
likes
like
peaches and
it's
cream.
delicate.
Thank you, Rommie.
Yeah, I imagine Luca liking very delicate flavored
That's the
desserts.
perfect word. Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
So
like
it's
tea flavored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like rose or tea or like
Mm.
sort of very mild summer fruits like peach or apricot type things.
Yeah. Ugh. Shouldn't have let Zeke talk. I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
Like, do I have a
This is my
gelato shop near me?
thing.
Maybe.
This is
my
Zeke's thing. This is a common thing in Meta Blues as well. It's just long, like,
Descriptions
anyway,
of
carry on.
food.
Yeah.
Make my players and myself hungry.
Yeah, it makes me fucking hungry
For Willow.
Mhm.
Yeah. For Willow, I think their go-to would be like vanilla with like crunchy waffle bits or like caramel
Mm.
cookie bits.
Oh, maybe it wasn't far off with praline then.
Not that far off.
Hmm.
I can also see Willow liking orange creamsicles.
Yeah.
No, wait, creamsicle is. I don't know what that is. I thought I did when I got, but there's a specific New Zealand ice cream that's orange and choc chip that I can't imagine Willow liking. Oh, yum.
Creamsicle is like orange creamsicle is just basically like orange and vanilla ice cream blended.
Oh, yum. Ugh,
It's
I want that.
really good.
Okay. What's Varys?
Varys. I think walnut.
Sea salt.
You answered
Sorry.
in his voice. Oh, what do you want today, Varys? Oh, well.
Yeah, I think Varys is a like maple walnut kind of guy.
Yeah, you would.
Classy motherfucker.
He does. He looks like a maple walnut enjoyer.
Walnut like a you.
I know what you are. You're like maple walnuts.
Seeker Elsa, I want to say like strawberry raspberry mix, like fruit of the forest red berry mix. Bruno, coffee. ice cream.
It's
Yeah,
Brina
man.
as well. Brina.
Yeah.
Brina's
Is
having
how Brina
affogato.
tries to fly
I
under
feel
the
like-
radar of her
Yeah.
secretary telling her she can't
I feel
have
like
coffee.
Brina will get coffee ice cream if she can't have coffee because her secretary is telling her to stop drinking so much of
Yeah.
it. But I think her actual favorite flavor is probably like a Amarena cherry.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fancy.
Going on to the last large segment that I'm going to be in control of here before we answer a few of the audience questions. I just want to talk about D&D a little bit more in general. It's the game we play, it's the game we love, it's the game we keep coming back to every week and that we've been playing for fucking years. So,
Yeah.
you kind of got to like a little bit. So, I feel like this was at least a little explored earlier, but what exactly about D&D attracted you guys to it?
Tell the story about what's the face crying.
Is it Matthew Messer again? No, okay. I don't want to give credit to. First of all, I've had friends that always.
Someone in our stream team was like crying over
Bun
their
Bun.
D&D. Yeah, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Wow, I want to experience that."
Okay, we just told the story. So there's that. No, literally, there's that. It came at a time when I kept seeing people reacting very powerfully to D&D, and I was like, why? From what I'd seen at a distance, it wasn't really something that I thought you'd get that emotionally invested in. Everyone point and laugh at me. And then, I guess at a distance, I didn't know what it was. There are reasons, of course, for a lot of sci-fi fiction reasons that I was like, not my thing, But I was very intrigued at a distance for how people can get that emotionally invested in D&D. This was around when Critical Role finished something too, so lots of people were literally just crying about it. And I started getting, I think because I kept getting intrigued by those, I started getting recommended clips and stuff. And also, all of my friends play it. We have a stream team server. And I made a channel for the D&D nerds before I'd ever played it because they just kept talking about it on main, and I was like, you guys need a room. So sorry, that sounds weird. You guys need a place where you can chat about your stuff without worrying about clogging the main chat. And so I'm always privy to it. Anais is another one that used to play a lot. Percy is probably the first person I met in real life that was really invested. Cut short one of our outings once to go to a D&D game, and I was like, damn, it must be good. So yeah, it's been peripheral this whole time until Ziek landed in the DMs. In the DM seat. Not my DMs.
Into the Devil May Cry.
Yes.
Yeah. I know for me, Dungeons and Dragons, I basically fell into Dungeons and Dragons because it was accessible, because of Zeke's offer, and it's one of the more predominant tabletop role-playing games. But really what attracted me to D&D and tabletop role-playing at large is I like to act. I like to voice act. I like to play a character. It's literally the main thing I did when I was a baby, a child. I had local neighborhood friends. We'd get together and we'd essentially role play characters just out in my backyard. So there's always been a desire to
Lava.
recapture that feeling of when playing improv, playing a character with friends, and tabletop role playing in D&D in this instance was an avenue to kind of recapture that thing that I really enjoy doing, but there's not really a lot of places in adulthood to explore that except here. So that's kind of the main thing that drew me in.
Yeah, I think I'm similar. Obviously, I also LARPed with my friends. We LARPed Charmed, the TV show about witches.
Did we all do that? Was that just a common childhood thing? Cause same.
Oh, I was like, I'm pretty sure Mim did that too.
Yeah, I did. And Pokemon. But the Pokemon themselves.
Yeah, there was definitely some Pokemon LARPing that was done when I was with the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, it's hard to pinpoint one part. I feel like Dungeons and Dragons and similar tabletops are such a unique experience that encapsulate so many of the things that we, as creative people, enjoy doing. So, writing stories, making art, obviously, and even the mechanical gaming because we're all gamers here, obviously.
Yeah, true.
It's
Mhm.
just like I don't even remember the original question. I'm just talking now.
What drew you to D&D?
What drew me to D&D? Yeah. It looked like it would be everything that I already did rolled into one, and I
Same,
obviously
yeah.
want to do that as much as possible because I like doing the things that I do.
Yeah, I mean my answer is very much similar to everybody else here. However, I will say, as the person who is the dungeon master and basically introduced these guys to the formal rules of D&D 5th edition specifically, I like 5th edition a lot because it is so widespread. I have looked into other tabletop role-playing systems, and I'm a big fan of a lot of them. But one of the hardest things to do for that is write. Especially for new dungeon masters, which I would say I was still pretty new to it. At the beginning of Metanoia Blues, I would say I've got like a significant amount of experience now. That I would say I'm like at about intermediate stage of DMing in terms of experience. But the thing I really like about 5th edition is its accessibility in terms of like just how much stuff there is for it. Obviously, like this is one of the things that you like really only get with the kind of money and clout that D&D as a brand has, of like you have adventure modules that you can like kind of copy paste stuff out of, that you can like learn how to run a dungeon. Because the first time I ever DM'd something, I didn't know the first fucking thing about what a challenge rating was, or like how to balance an encounter, you know, all the crunchy math stuff.
Mhm.
But the good thing about 5th edition is that like fucking everybody plays it. So you can really like either learn by watching a bunch of people play it or by reading through the books, which provide a lot of really good beginner friendly material. So even though like 5th edition D&D is pretty, I would say it's about a medium difficulty system to learn. It's not the most difficult, but it's certainly not the easiest system to learn. I would rank something very easy as like Honey Heist, which is literally a one sheet tabletop RPG which has two stats, bear and criminal.
Do you choose
You
the
in a
bear or do you
nutshell.
choose the criminal?
You have to keep them balanced, because otherwise you like completely wild out and become a
Bears.
feral animal. You're just a bear, or and if you go too far into criminal, you become completely paranoid and betray all your allies.
Nice.
Amazing.
Regular
So, you
Sunday
know.
evening.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
oh.
D&D 5th edition kind of sits very comfortably in the middle of like just enough crunch, where you can like either pare it all the way down to just like the 6 core ability things, or you can get like really into the nitty gritty of it
Hmm.
without being swamped by like 10 bajillion skills and a character sheet that's like 8 pages long and works better as a spreadsheet.
Sorry, just perked. Can I
Yeah,
add something
and Mim
to that too?
pointedly looks at your spreadsheets. Yes, continue.
Oh no, like Zeke, sorry, were you done?
Yeah.
Okay, no, because I just realized I answered why we got into D&D as a game, but like as for why we stayed, definitely I think the fact that we're all gamers comes into it, and we're all writers. Because there's a level to writing that is like limitless, which is great sometimes, but also it's limitless. You're off the rails, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's a level of gaming, which is obviously that like it builds on basically anything you can think of and make interactive and work. It works. So this is kind of like the culmination of what Sarah said as well, and Zeke, and
Yeah.
all of us, like putting that creativity on the rails just enough to be able to actually explore it in a way that like we can do every week is one of the main appeals to me of D&D, because it does limit you. The dice provide something that's like a complete wild card, but within limitations as well. It's like a creative exercise to me. That's what really like drew me to D&D to stay. Was like, this is a constant, it feels like a workshop constantly for like, how creative can you be on the fly? What can you do when you don't pre-prepare? Like what improvisational intrigue can you come up with? The backwards writing is another interesting thing. And the fact that it's all collaborative. It's like, it is all of our favorite things in one, and like making things interactive. I remember the first game I was like, wait, I can ask to do anything in this room. Zeke's like, yeah. And I'm like, whoa, okay.
Your eyes dilate.
Literally.
That is like Neanderthal brain activation. Just
Literally.
I can steal the carpet.
Anything?
I'm gonna steal the carpet.
Literally, since I became aware of how much we can do, and then we're always pushing at the boundaries of what we're able to do. But no, I think
Within the
Zeke describes
limitations,
well.
because the rules make it fun. As Louis
no,
says.
because limitation breeds creativity. That's one of the main things. And especially when you provide those limitations in a group with other creatives, it's like, it's just, it's constantly, it's that feeling. Everyone make the sound.
wow, I should not shake my head like that. Oh wow.
Oh no.
Don't
No,
faint.
your flam!
Hey.
It's a good game.
It is a
It
good
is.
game. I am in the same ballpark as you guys, leaps and bounds. I love the game. I think it's a great game. And we've talked a lot of good shit about it. But I know that collectively, when we have been hanging around in Puzzle Box, we agree that homebrew does make D&D at minimum a little bit more fun. So,
Yeah.
what umbrages with as written D&D 5 rules do you guys have that make homebrew or the addition of homebrew more appealing to you?
Well, my steed is homebrew.
Yes.
One of my steeds is homebrew, straight up. Sorry, continue, Zeke.
I was
let you
gonna
speak.
say, I have a funny relationship with D&D of like, if a thing sucks, I will just leave it in the style of like picking unfavorite ingredients out of a salad. So for example, a lot of the historical problems with the fantasy genre writ large, in the sense of it mirroring real life prejudices, just a little too close. Leave that shit out.
Yeah.
You can just discard it.
You have the power.
Can
You
I
have the
add
power.
to, because I've been sort of walking around this point for a while. I keep
Yeah.
saying that one of the things that kept me away from D&D was the vibes from a distance, and I just want to specify, like, I'm Samoan, yeah? I like one of my earliest entries to fantasy in general would have been like Lord of the Rings, yeah? And one of the questions that was always asked during Lord of the Rings was like, why are there no, like, this was filmed in New Zealand. I know, and it's anecdotally known, all of the islanders cast as extras in that movie were orcs, yeah? And then that posed a lot of background questions that I always saw echoed in D&D, where it's like people would say like, oh, this is my islander, they're a barbarian, they're super violent, they're an orc, and they kill people for sport. And I'm like, okay, interesting. Like, I feel like lots of people haven't questioned, like, prior to meeting my own group, there's a lot of what I saw from D&D from a distance was just outwardly hostile to most minorities in different ways. You know, like, I know that orcs prior to that weren't necessarily an anti-islander thing. It was, I believe, that's a whole nother thing. Yeah.
That's
But,
a
like,
whole other thing.
Yeah.
But like, one of the reasons why I'm able to stick to D&D as well is like, I think that really speaks to the fact that we found a group and DM that anytime it's like, that sucks, or Zeke would preempt and be like, this sucks for the aforementioned reasons, for the clear like historical precedent that it's drawing from. We're not doing that. Like, hey, this race has a particular trait that they always do because they're built evil. We're not doing that, you know? And so that's what's made it like a safe enough game to play, because like, I want to have fun. I don't want to sit around and be hate crimed for an entire game. None of us do. And we all come from different margins in society, yeah? So like, I think that's a big reason why I would never have played D&D if we didn't have a DM that was willing, first of all, proactive in making it better to play, but also again, willing to be like, if I'm like, hey, that specifically sucks, he's like, cool, it's off the table. Like that's one of the big parts. I've seen a lot of people who would consider themselves like, I guess, more D&D purists who are like, no, but the elf must be pure and no, that this and that. And I'm like, no.
Must they?
Must
Maybe
they?
you're just a bad writer. It's fine.
yeah.
Broaden
So-
your
Yeah, I-
horizons.
Yeah.
Recently, I've even been seeing the conversation of like wheelchairs can't exist in Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm like, why not?
Yeah,
You
why
just-
the fuck not?
Dragons
You
exist!
suck at writing.
Yeah.
Bro.
There's
Oh my
fucking
God.
ooze people. I'm pretty sure fucking wheelchairs can exist.
I'm pretty sure we can figure out a wheelchair since we figured out a million other magical bullshit things. And like,
Yeah.
there's different
Airships can
planes
happen,
and
but
dragons
God
and-
forbid.
Your hero can't
We
have
have
like,
literal
a
gods
mobility
in
aid.
some of these settings. It's like, it's
Yeah.
It
fine.
just sounds like a skill issue, honestly.
It's a wheelchair. It's not like it is like there are complexities that we don't understand as none of us here are wheelchair users that I'm aware of. But it's also a wheelchair. It is what it says on the tin. I'm pretty sure it's it's like
A chair. With wheels.
Literal magic. There's literal wizards. Are you saying that I can't make an all-terrain magical wheelchair? Fuck off. Come
Yeah,
on.
fuck
Oh.
that. It's fucking.
The question is, how much of a wheelchair can I make? That's gonna be the most.
yeah,
Yeah,
what
like,
are the
does it have
limitations on this
turrets or
wheelchair?
something?
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it have knives on the side? Like, does it have like the chariot spikes
Crossbow
on the
wheelchair.
wheels? Like, come on.
Yeah.
What we got going here?
Everyone specifically, do we have an elemental powered wheelchair? Like, this is the possibility we could be working with.
it's got like a tank on the back.
Dinosaur wheelchair. Wheelchair.
Dinosaur
Halfling,
wheelchair.
Yes. You see? No.
There are
Sorry,
definitely
not a
there are
wheelchair.
absolutely
Chariot.
100% dinosaur
Service
chariots and
dinosaurs.
also disability assistance dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yes,
Service dinosaurs.
exactly.
Service dinosaur. Service
love that.
raptor.
Service
God,
round.
Do
they-
not
they-
pet
Anyone
them.
who says
They
anything against
will
this is
bite.
like, your imagination is too small.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Imagine having a cassowary as a service animal.
God,
No.
no.
Terrifying.
We're
Do not go
Australian.
near the-
That's horrifying.
Both
That's what
Sarah and I
that's
just went,
what- That's what a
Oh,
service
I
dinosaur
see.
is.
Oh, like it keeps other people away.
Yep.
I was thinking of just my little like friend collecting mail for me and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean that too.
My dog getting me my medicine, but it also has venom and claws. Like, okay, you might be overpowered for this task.
Medicine or poison by the time it gets to you. Like, I've chosen a different animal.
Maybe you literally just said, I don't. It was I remember Sarah here who just said, I think they just lack imagination. It's almost like
Yeah.
this is a game
thing.
about imagination. Theater of
Literally.
the mind, pretend, good
Funny
God, like.
This is one of those things, like, this is a hill I will die on. Lots of people will say that there's two different things, as being creative and being a good person. This is one of those instances where being a good person in your day-to-day makes you more creative. Because generally, it's good people in life who will be. I'm saying this just in case you weren't clear. I am a political advocate. But generally speaking, it's the
What?
people who will like find answers to how to help others that will be innovating. I know that there are innovators who are here to kill people. Sure, but the world has survived on the
discuss
backs of
this in
people
Metanoia
who
Blues.
innovate for goodness. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's like one of the main things that goes through all of writing and stuff. I just started
Even
venting
just-
about Lovecraft the other day, so I'm just in a mood. But yeah.
Even just writing
Understandable.
outside of your scope should make you better as a person. Like, for example, writing Luca means I have to research multiple lived experiences of people with limb differences. So that's obviously not something I've ever had to deal with because I don't have limb differences, and the people who have limb differences that I've interacted with have very minor limb differences.
Hmm.
So it's not like I know anyone who is an amputee. So I obviously have to learn from that, and I become more understanding of those people's difficulties and experiences, and it just makes me a better person just by learning and playing D&D. It's not that hard. It's really not that hard.
God, we really entered a soapbox mode. Sorry.
No,
We
this
did.
was the purpose of this segment, the soapbox segment.
Oh,
Yeah.
I will say, D&D, my grievance from before that's not related in any way to like social issues, character sheets. I don't understand why they're not better looking. That's my
Yeah, we
grievance.
touched on this
Yeah.
earlier. It was like, I want to revolutionize the character sheet. There's all those other things, but like this too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not off the list, but it's not at the
I
top
want to
of the
make
list.
you know how people make like pre-written bullet journals? I want to make those and give them to D&D nerds or maybe sell
People
them.
do in fact do
It's
that.
okay.
There is a market for that.
There is.
Could do it.
I want to make
Okay.
a module of a book series that I like for D&D.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
Del
how much
Toro
I love
Quest?
D&D. Yes.
Is it Del Toro Quest?
Yes.
Oh my god, that would be such a good module. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Del Toro Quest.
Yeah.
Is it,
I should make a Pacific one. Anyway, carry on.
I just wanted to point out that I appreciate the inclusion of the idea that homebrew isn't just about adding something to the system, but also about removing things from the system, and not necessarily just replacing them with something else and filling that gap. It can also mean leaving that gap. I've definitely been in this situation. I mean, shit, I've been playing D&D for like fucking 9 years at this point. I don't fucking know how long. But you know,
Nerd.
yeah, I know. Call it out. But there was always there were these situations where folks literally were just like, it's in the system, you keep it in the system. It's like, no, you really don't have to. Because I remember when I first had brought you guys in and we were talking about, like, okay, here's the things that I do, and one of the things that I mentioned was on my ban list was the Hadozi species. And I remember you guys being like, oh, thank God. I was like, oh, okay, these people get it, thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking about those.
Yeah. Yeah. So I appreciate it just, as something being brought up that, sometimes I feel like on my low soapbox, people need to be reminded. Remove things. It's fine.
People
Please.
are
Just leave it
inherently
out.
imperfect, so the things that they make will be imperfect.
Exactly.
And that's fine. And we have the power to polish them as we need or see fit.
You
Exactly.
can
Yeah,
also
a lot of
just leave
respect.
things out because they're not interesting to you.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. It's your game of imagination. Do whatever makes it the most fun for you.
Kill the D&D cop in your head. I'm so sorry. Oh.
No, fuck with
You're right.
Coast.
They have a name? No, okay. No, but look, with all respect to the fact that this is an old game, old games, just like old people, need to be educated or otherwise. I'm sorry, that went really dark.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I
Otherwise-
mean, a lot of
No, yeah.
the modern philosophy of this current edition is to be more inclusive, more accessible,
Well, that's why we like Eberron.
less reactionary.
That's why. Sorry. The opening page of Eberron, which was like, this time your character can be anything they want. I was like, what were you guys doing before? What were you guys spending all your time doing before? Like,
It was weird. It was a weird time.
Like,
Shit, I mean, I've read the red box, like, it's first edition stuff. It's
it's
something.
that's why.
there's
That's
a
fair
lot
enough.
going on. But yeah, another thing, homebrew is interesting because it's like, are you homebrewing rules? Are you homebrewing lore? Are you homebrewing
Like we did.
stuff? What's in the brew?
Moonshine?
Yeah.
Craft lager? Anyway.
Yeah, so another thing, like, and a lot of the creative writers of D&D have fully gone on record of saying, like, take whatever you like of it, leave the rest. It's your game. The point of the game is to have fun. Don't
So-
hurt yourself on the things that are
On the
not
rest.
fun.
Have goddamn fun. This isn't Monopoly.
Truly.
Yeah.
We are not playing the
I
landlord's
love
game.
Monopoly.
Okay, landlord.
Alright, capitalist.
I just love winning. That's the thing.
There's the
Yeah,
competitiveness.
okay, Seto Kaiba.
Yeah.
Seto
truly.
Kaiba, you fucking with me.
I love Seto Kaiba.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's so that as an explanation for you.
I love it. So, kind of in this wheelhouse of really dissecting D&D, like we're in high school biology here. This one is, I think, way more of just whatever opinion you have here. I don't think there's an objective answer to this, but it was a question that was brought up to me when I was actually interviewed on a separate series, and it was about tabletop stuff and specifically D&D. But it was discussed that TTRPGs in general, but focusing on Dungeons and Dragons, not only provided a means of escapism, but a potentially healthy and, depending on the table, a safe avenue to explore and work through personal hardships that players or even the DM are having going on in their current life. Have you guys found this to be a potential case, having played for such a long time? Not necessarily speaking for yourselves, but maybe, just like from the outside looking in or from inside looking out in this situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And since it's like,
Yes.
No, that's like where do we begin, actually? Because that's a pretty...
Yeah.
I mean, I know, and then I know this is actually not really an uncommon experience from my understanding of people who have engaged in D&D or other tabletop role-playing games. But I know definitely playing N, and I wasn't oblivious to this fact before, but playing N really cemented in my mind like my gender, essentially, how I feel about my
Aw.
gender, and like really made me embrace they them pronouns a lot more, and just like being a lot more comfortable in that space and a lot more confident that that is how I feel, and how I feel is my gender is your problem.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Not
So,
my
yeah.
monkeys.
Not my circus, not my monkey. It's a you problem. I don't really give a
That's so
shit. I
funny.
can be whatever I want to be at any given moment. So, like, if you have any issue or you mistake something for something else, I don't care. Use whatever pronoun you like.
That's so true. If I can bounce off the back of that too, I remember there was a section very, very early on, and like I work in I work and exist in a lot of situations that are not open to anyone, but like I guess specifically we'll talk about like LGBT issues here. Plus, yeah,
Yeah.
extra subscription.
LGBT Prime.
LGBT Turbo. Final Mix 2.5 reverse. Anyway, okay,
Dream
sorry.
job distance.
Take a drink, man. Look.
Okay. No, one of the things I remember very early on, we were playing, and like, even just as a nerd, I'm not even talking about my day job. As a nerd, there's so many like circular, annoying conversations that happen about like media analysis, yeah? And I remember there was an episode where like Ziek was talking about the reputation Luca had around town, and it was straight up like, nice guy, works at the clinic, bisexual. And I was like, that's like, it felt like a wash came over me of like, it's so easy to just say, you know? And then like, this is the referring to the nerd side and then referring to real life where it's all like, there's so much complication around it. And I feel like that speaks to like one type of freedom at the table where it's just like, yeah, even just the way we're talking now as a team, I feel like not only is it the thing that we bring to the table, but also like the relationships, the friendships we get once we're at the table is like the people who enjoy tuning into this and having this space are also our friends, you know? So it's the community aspect is also really like freeing in a way, in that same way. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an anecdote I share. I think I, as a person, probably need some therapy.
Hey, who doesn't?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I was gonna say high
But also
five.
yes, Seto Kaiba.
Look,
Hey, look,
So
I'm in
Kaiba
therapy
can-
and I need therapy.
like everybody deserves to have mental wellness be part of their healthcare.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I know I personally have issues with speaking my emotions because emotions are gross. So being able to play a character that does that freely has been helpful in letting me be able to do that in real life. And I will say the anecdote that I keep saying to these guys is that the closest I've ever gotten to actually being in contact with a therapist is while playing D&D directly as a result of D&D. That's my little joke thingy about my life and me as a person. Congratulations. Thank you.
We're really hearing that the proof is in this pudding.
Yeah.
Secret Elsa did massive things for Luca in and out of game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in a similar vein of emotion, but in an entirely different direction. And specifically, lets me be angry in a way that I don't get to
Yeah.
be in most of my
Mhm.
life, and honestly is not really something I'm really predisposed to in general. But like having that outlet of having a character that is angry and can behave in certain aggressive ways that I am not really inclined to also is in a way it is therapeutic, I would say, to know I am playing a character that is aggressive and can behave that way without like real world ramifications. You know.
Mm-mm.
Aggressive.
that's fun.
Be aggressive.
Oh, man. I feel like Zeke, you feel free to talk, but I was going to add a thought after.
Add your thought. Mine's a little bit longer.
Mine also might be long, so you go.
Okay. I think ultimately the joy of role playing is the joy of like practicing being a person
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm.
uh by like playing all these different characters, by going through all these different situations. It's like an exercise in like empathy and understanding, like how do people work, like what this is. I take a character trope that I've seen on TV or something like that, and I'll be like, what must it be like to be this person? What's going on in their head? What's their situation like? How can I sort of understand and embody that in a way that like is just as a game, but by playing these games, you know, like when little kids are like pretend playing grocery shopping or pretend playing house, they're really just like learning of like, how does this behavior work? How does this make sense to me? And there are not a lot of opportunities for play as adults that we have, and role playing is such a fun and pure expression of like exploring all the different facets of humanity in a very safe and contained way. And the memories and the emotions that you feel during the game are real,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
if filtered through the lens of fiction, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I remember Secret Elsa, something that Secret Elsa said helped me through my finals once. So like literally, like I
Yeah.
was thinking about Secret
Mm.
Elsa and I was stressing about something with my finals. that's real. You
Yeah.
keep that with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I mean, Secret Elsa is literally like in part based off my real life therapist that I had.
It works.
So
You
like,
can feel it.
Keep her.
yeah, so you know, it's like, how do I embody this archetype? I take it from people I've met, from uh, people I've heard about, you know. It's all just being a person,
Mhm.
being many people even.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. I won't go deep into it, but I do think that there is an element of. So I write Willow from a very, very particular place.
Mm-hmm.
But like Willow is one of the first characters that I made. I don't often make like, you know, lots of people will be like, I have this feeling I'm going to base a character off them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Willow is probably one of the first characters because of the time of when this came to be, which is after, I won't go into it, but like a lot of tragedy on my end. There is an element of Willow where I was like, you are gonna house that grief and we're gonna see how it develops for you. I don't feel like it's one of those things where it's like mindfully done, where it's like every week I'm being like, yes, I see. So this type of grief is going to manifest this way, because it's very much taken on a life of its own.
Mm-hmm.
But like there's a specific thing that Willow does. The inability to say, write a letter is something that's like grounded in a kind of real life experience. Yeah. The inability to look at things that are bad and happening. And so I often, like, it's one of those things I guess I haven't fully, like I'm still in the process of reflecting on, but like I can 100% say that Meta Blues was part of working through everything that was going on in my life at the time. And so it's no surprise to me the kind of thing that it is, like the kind of game that it is and how long it's been. Because when I look back at it, I was like, that's a completely different person at the start of this campaign. So like it only makes sense that I've carried a character through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm.
And so, while it's not deliberately like, I am deliberately going to like put this here so that my friends can fix me. It's not like that. It's definitely not like as straight up as that, but definitely I can see that this creative outlet is part of processing tragedy. Funnily enough, when Ziek hit me up, one of the pieces of lore from this universe that stuck with me was that I was 5 years away from like a major death in my family. Sorry, this is a bit of a bummer. And one of the main things that happens in Eberron is like 5 years ago, there was a massive tragedy. And I was like, I remember just sort of sitting back and I was like, oh, that feels like it landed in my lap just in time, maybe. So that's one of those things where I was like, oh, that's something. Better make the most fucked up shifter known to man and just put them in this situation.
What else are you supposed to do?
But genuinely, a lot of the issues that I put forward with Willow are not just for me, but like things that I notice in my community that I rarely see conveyed in fiction as well. So there's, even in my day-to-day job where I work with a lot of like Pacific issues that are very overwhelming and hard to process, I think I can definitely tell that Willow helps channel a lot of that too. Because like there's a lot happening and I have my hand in a lot of pies. It is nice to see one of those pies every week have little doggy ears and cool glasses, eh?
Gets you through.
Yeah. Really pulls you through the agenda. And if all else fails, just sink the fucking ship. Am I right, Jenkins?
Well, the ship.
Don't let the government see this interview. Not like I work for them or anything.
I let them.
I'm gonna order a pizza.
But really interesting thing that you said though was like the subconscious aspect of it, and that reminded me of where I kind of have stood in all this, which obviously very much so. Yeah, I've seen this game help people and just be honestly a godsend for people. But there's several situations where more often than not, people that I either played with as a player, like way back in college, or who I had as players being DM, would have told me like after campaign was done or what have you, like where they came from with their characters, and they said to me, subconsciously wasn't planning to figure things out this way, but
Yeah.
like by the end, like when they thought back from like how it started to where they are now, they're like, wow, it kind of like subconsciously working through the character without the intent of working through the character and just having it, happen was helpful. So I'm like, huh.
Yep.
Yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah.
It's like universal fact of like any creative endeavor. Whatever you're going through, it's gonna end up in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll leak through.
Yeah, bro, I always say I didn't even realize I was writing for Meta Blues until the day I was reading out something that I'd pre-written, and I was like, oh my god, I haven't done this in years. That was also part of like a, like all of us, who hasn't among us suffered creative trauma, eh? But it was like, I was like, oh my god, it's working, but I didn't realize like prior I wasn't going, finally I'm going to overcome my inability to share my art. And I was like, oh shit, I've been sharing it for 40 episodes.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Whoa, when did that happen?
40 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Good job.
I thought Zeke was writing that. What have we been writing this whole time?
It's been you the whole time.
Oh.
So, on a sentimental note, and to end this segment and where I have control of the interview, I want you guys to share your most memorable moments of the story of Meta Blues thus far. Because if there's one thing that is the mark of an excellent D&D campaign, is that you walk away with memories.
Sorry, Luca.
Well, no. He walked in with no memories. He's walking out with some.
Yeah, making new memories with you guys.
Your last D&D campaign ended with no memory, so sorry. DM
Sorry.
exploded you.
Sorry, the only thing
Yeah.
that they left you with was a dent in your skull, so sorry.
It's okay, Willow had to break up with
Shame.
their... Oops, sorry, spoilers.
What a breakup period. With what? With who? Who can say?
Just a breakup, yeah. Just a
Maybe.
breakup.
Just a breakup.
Willow broke up in space.
broke.
like,
Just a breakdown.
space
They
trash.
broke. They broke.
Shit broke.
Something.
Break. It break.
Carry on.
So who would like to go first?
Should I not?
Gosh.
God.
I will point.
You
Favorite
really put
moment?
us on the fucking
Favorite moment?
spot.
Yeah.
Not just our own character moment, but general moment?
Well, so like just your just what I had asked you about earlier in the
Yeah.
week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The way you
I
phrased
feel
the
like we could go
question,
on
and-
for another 3 hours about favorite
Yeah.
moments
Yeah.
in Meta
Oh,
Blues.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have,
Yeah.
we have to narrow it down.
That's a dangerous question.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 122 episodes that I need to tell you about.
Have you got like 600 hours to spare?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to say one out of context, though, just to answer the question of nebulously.
Mm.
I have never... I don't know what a modify memory spell is until it was used on me. That is one of my favorite moments in D&D, like, as an aside. I didn't know what that spell was until it was rolled in the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
And I failed
I
the
will
concept.
also give a no context thing. Something happens in today's episode that
Say no more!
starts as a joke, but does other things, and it lets me reveal
Ah,
something I didn't think I would get to. It's just a random piece of trivia I had. But because of the nature of how flexible the game is, I get to share something about Luca that I didn't think I would ever get to share in the game. And that's
Yeah, so
awesome.
tune in later for that.
Yeah.
Tune in like what? 3 hours?
3 hours.
You know what? Since everyone's doing it, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
one bonus one.
Yeah.
I really, and this one is also when I have to talk around, but N got to deal with one of the demons from their past physically immediately in front of them, and that fight was, a proper D&D fight, so it was very much reliant on the dice and how people rolled and how things played out, and that is by far one of my favorite combat experiences. It was so badass, so fun, so cool, and it's so chaotic. It sticks in my memory. It makes me look forward to and facing more of their demons. But that was a really good fight, and I think like that's one that always sticks in my memory. And I love that one a lot.
Prolonged eye contact.
I do have a short about it if you go to our YouTube. Yes.
Zeke, what's your favorite
roundabout
you can't
one?
do that. You're a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all in context, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like
Um,
next episode also.
Yeah. Next episode is looming large in my mind.
We'll get to talk about
but I
that
will-
in a few
but I'll-
hours when the episode's done.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. I think one of the best memories is just like the end of episode 1 and just how blown away everybody was. Like,
Yeah.
that feels really special in a way of like it was the end of episode 1 and the like when you guys beat the boss of the first like dungeon and you had like achieved your victory. It was such a moment of like here you are in the world.
Yeah.
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 You feel it. You really
Oh.
feel it.
Bro, I literally remember we finished and I was like, when's the next one? Like, it was like, tomorrow, and you're like, I have to write. Oh, man.
Yeah.
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 As for specific,
Yeah.
As for specific moments, I think which dovetails quite nicely into the one that I had prepared earlier, which is the culmination of Varys's arc in the first season was after his terrible situation, which the party rescued him from. They accompanied him to reunite with his former captain, High Prince Rhaegar, who is like the biggest, baddest pirate in the neighborhood.
well,
And in the neighborhood.
yeah,
I didn't say how big the neighborhood was.
Yeah, good. Wisely noted.
So there was a lot in Varys's story, and still is, honestly, since it's ongoing because they've dragged him on to season 2 and beyond. Which was about like recovering from a years-long setback of like, you've been out of the game. Can you even get up and face it again? Can you even like pick yourself up and start over? Can you even face the difficulty of like, can you even face the idea of doing it again? And the party was really, really instrumental in saying, yes, you can do it again. You what happened to you was just bad luck. You do not need to quit. Your life is still ongoing. Which was really like thematically empowering for like both Varys and for a lot of the players themselves, like a lot of the characters themselves, of just like, yes, do the thing. Your life isn't over. Do the thing. It's hard. It's going to be difficult, but you know what? You have friends with you, supporting you. Do the thing. And we have, I believe Mim did some really beautiful splash art of Varys and Rhaegar meeting and shaking hands. It was just a really fun little set piece that I got to play as like a culmination of this character's arc of like, hey, you've been here for this guy, you've not only rescued him from the dungeon and like broken the curse and everything, you've also done the work of like spending time befriending him and like rebuilding his confidence and so on. So you get to see the moment where like he has a wish come true of like, you know, it's Cinderella going to the ball sort of thing of like the underdog gets his day.
Yeah.
That's
We spent enough time with Varys and we put enough effort into him that we got to unlock his like CG.
Yeah.
Love him as
That's right.
an NPC
And as an
that we-
extra party
Yeah.
member.
Yeah.
Varys Greenleaf has joined the party. That kind of.
Yeah.
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 Varys. Oh, beloved Varys.
Varys.
You know what? He kind of ties into my favorite moment. Oh, sort of.
Go.
Then maybe I should end it because that was related to the session upcoming.
Up to you. Up to you. Up to you.
No, okay, I'll mention because I think we talk about our splash art a lot. And remind me, the Star Touch Wonder was the first one, yeah? Other than Anne's book.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So obviously on Roll20, we haven't mentioned before, I think, but like Meta Blues is very much us not only like having an opportunity to creatively flex to one another. I think this is one of the lovely things about creative circles is that freedom to be like, hey, look what I made, and then like lob it like a rock at your friends.
Ah.
Yeah. Like, haha, look at this thing I did. one of the haha, look at this thing I did things was related to one of Willow's first most significant scenes, which was this. We call it a star-touched wonder, which is like a meditative thing with Willow, where they kind of look at all of their options. Now, I mentioned before, one of the big things with Willow is that they're avoiding looking at stuff. Like they don't want to be in pain, so they will simply avoid the things that are painful. And they are like that for pretty much the first half of season 1 and a little bit into the end. But like they're certainly trying actively afterwards to be like, okay, I have friends, and that means that I must face other things, you know? Because like the challenge of having friends is like, well, then why am I not a very good friend in this instance? How do I help my friends? Oh, you have to, look inward first before you can do a lot of that stuff. Because a lot of Willow's obstacles are internal. Also external, they're also a wanted criminal. But anyway.
That was less of an issue.
Yes, that was honestly less of an issue, which tells you a lot about Willow. Yeah. But one of my favorite moments with Willow, sort of related to Varys, because it's tied up in the entire Sky Shriek arc, which is the Wreck of Good Fortune arc. Basically, after like avoiding everything forever, Willow's trying to not let people know that they're a pirate, not let people know that they are actually a very high-profile pirate, that they betrayed their former crew, and that they've been hiding kind of like in the pirate principalities, not very well, mind you, hiding there for ages, and they were just about to like run off to a different continent. Before our trio turned up, before our other players turned up and locked Willow in, part of locking Willow in was actually Varys. So like, not only the idea of assisting Luca with his journey and end with their strange eyeball problem, which is like a strange, an esoteric issue that Willow had answers to help with after N had no answers forever. Varys was also very closely aligned with Willow as a character because he too was like he was a pirate, and then shit happened. He was a pirate, then shit happened is largely the plot of Willow's backstory. And so there's a particular scene where kind of everything's falling into line, and Willow has ended up finding themselves at the wreck of a pirate ship, and it turns out that the pirate ship was partially wrecked, not just by a former war criminal from the guild that Willow used to work for, like from that House Cannith is where Willow was educated because they're an artificer. Not only was there a war criminal involved, but also the ship was partially downed by their former crew. So it's this kind of like culmination of all of the things that Willow's running away from really come to a peak at Sky Shriek. And that Star Touch Wonder, as we call it, or their meditative moment where they actually like take stock of every single piece around them, that's kind of one of Willow's first moments as a character to like actually be a main character. Yeah, and like look and say, okay, I know exactly what did this. I know exactly how to fix it. And funnily enough, at the end of this kind of like flashback, because it's basically them going back through their memories. At the end of the flashback, they revisit a scene of like the moment when they decided they had to leave their former pirate crew and sabotage the ship. Yeah. This is a long story, but it's a story that's currently being explored in the canon. So, because we just met up back with the crew of the pirate ship that Willow downed. So, yeah, that's going well. But at the end of it, they basically conclude like, oh, I'm going to commit more piracy. Sometimes people look into their past and they're like, I'm going to be better, like Luca. Willow's kind of the opposite. Willow's like, I've been avoiding being myself. And I feel like the end of that wonder, the end of that meditation is very much like a good summary of Willow's character, like shedding a lot of the side character things to be like, I might not just be the main character. I might be just a problem. I don't want to say villain either, but Willow is certainly a main something. Yeah. And that scene then leads into the gaining the elemental, which ends up being a lot warmer than Willow ever suggested. And that was another peak moment for Willow. Basically, that is the pivot point of the entire first season of playing the most avoidant character ever. I liked it as a player because I was like, finally, Willow gets to tell you guys stuff. Willow gets to say, I know how to, there is an elemental in this ship. I can get it out because I was the head artificer on this big airship, by the way. the prince's airship. And by the way, my main villain, my main antagonist is said prince. Also, other things which I will not reveal to you for another 60 episodes or ever. Thank you. But yeah, that was a nice turning point moment for the character to be like, not only can they be incredibly helpful as they've been since the start of the campaign, but they can also be deeply destructive. And also, but also like with the same breaking and building is very much what Willow does. So they're like, oh, actually, I hate House Lyranda. I am going to pillage their ship of all of their things. But then they find the elemental and they're like, and I'm going to build a new elemental boat in my little boat. And it's going to be great. And we're going to go see adventuring and blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah,
We're gonna have snacks together.
Yeah, literally, we're going to tell stories, going to have beverages. Oh, beverages. And, you know, long and short, also, the shortened version of this, when Willow rolled to use scrying with the hag.
Oh yeah, God.
Thanks. This was like episode 5.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
We met a hag, and Willow was like, I don't like your fate. I'm going to choose my own. I'm going to cast a level 5 spell. Zeke's like, you better roll high. And I rolled like a 21. So,
Yep.
Yeah.
You wrote double nat 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
And then, yeah, I pissed off the hags. So,
As you
local villain. Not villain. What's
You
the
should
word?
really,
Wanted
but,
Local
like-
criminal?
danger.
Yeah.
Danger,
Yeah.
yes. Menace.
True.
Societal menace. Yeah. Speaking of societal menace, either of you guys go.
different reasons.
I'm
Yes.
not a menace. I promise.
You are. You're
Little
for
bit,
a different reason.
Little bit.
You're a different kind of menace.
Do you want to go
Um,
Rome on me?
Sure, I'll go.
Okay.
So one aspect I haven't really touched on explicitly here in the interview space in the crow's nest is a changeling, and they have multiple different personas that embody different aspects of themselves, or just different traits, or just almost entirely different people. And this preamble is important to kind of contextualize the scene. One way in which I play these different personas is that they are connected to different points in time, or different buried personality traits, or different coping mechanisms. Oftentimes, a combination of all of those things. So there are 2 primary personas that N embodies as of now. And I would say that these 2 personas, one has been essentially buried and repressed in N's mind for years. They have, completely repressed this one aspect of themselves that has only recently reemerged. And then we have this other persona, which has become one of their coping methods. And that coping method is a different side of a trauma response, where it's emotional shutdown. So one persona is kind of the embodiment of like feeling your feelings too much, so we're going to repress that. And the other one is feeling your feelings too much, so we're going to shut down. We're going to stop being able to feel. And there's a scene between these 2 personas where I do this a lot with N, where we have kind of these dream places where the personas directly interact with each other. I really like exploring psychology in a space where it manifests in some kind of physicality. So taking this aspect of N's changeling abilities to become different personas, I really took that and ran. I actually didn't think I would like playing a changeling at first, because I was like, I really get connected to the character I'm playing. I don't want to have to switch them up all the time. But then I realized I could do this. So now all the facets of N's personality get to have their own presentation and their own kind of character to them. Which are all N. It's all N, and this is like a reoccurring phrase with N. It's like, that's still N. I am N. They're all N, but they're all different facets. They're all different ways that N is trying to connect with themselves, or connect with the world, or explore their existence, or not, in terms of the ones that they repress. But anyway, all this preamble is to say there is one scene where these two coping mechanisms meet in the dream space, and they have a confrontation. And I really enjoy exploring psychology, and I really enjoy exploring it in this very physical way. So to have these people that are both the same person, these are not different people, like talking about different ideologies of how you should cope with your trauma. This was the same person, the multifacets of a human being, having a physical confrontation together to argue what was better for N as a whole. If the repression or the shutdown was best for them and what it was doing to them and the damage that it was causing, that this shutdown was trying to physically stop the more emotional side from emerging. So there's just a lot of aspects of that that I really thought about when I was preparing for that scene that mean a lot to me, because trauma is difficult to process, and there's so many different ways that our brain either voluntary or involuntarily tries to deal with it, and the ways we try to cope, and how it can really flip flop, how it's not a straight line, how we will argue with ourselves about the best way to deal with whatever is going on internally or externally. And it's something I enjoy doing with and wholesale. But like this was one of my favorite scenes that represents these two conflicting ways of dealing with trauma and them having an actual confrontation and an argument. So that's just something that I really, really enjoyed doing.
Nice. Awesome to watch too.
It was
Thank you.
it's fucking awesome to
Very
watch.
good. Very good.
Every time Rom talks, I'm like, Silent Hill enjoyer of Silent Hill.
Well, yes, I am. It is a foundational part of my personality.
I don't know how to lead into this.
Hmm.
I have
Oz first.
chosen. Yeah, dick and balls first.
Fuck! I was avoiding that, so I chose us. Oh.
That's just I'm spinning around as I come in.
You're doing a twirl.
Yeah.
Oh, my friends.
Man,
Oh, my friends.
no.
Okay, so I have chosen to discuss one of Luca's dreams because I think for me it culminates a lot of everything we've spoken about today. Not culminates, but you know what I mean. So how do I talk about this?
We love a fucked up dream sequence here at Metanoia Blues.
We do.
We really do.
Mine was a fucked up meditation sequence, but it's more or less the same thing with a different word.
Yeah.
Mine was also technically a dream sequence.
Yeah.
I'm sensing a theme.
Handshake, everybody.
It's like a controlled dream sequence between my two like trauma coping mechanisms fist fighting behind my apartment. Literally, that's what they were doing, is they were fist fighting in the staircase of N's like childhood home. So like anyway, go ahead, Sarah. Spin into your thought.
Excuse me. So in this dream, it starts out with a repetition of a scene that had happened in the previous episode, and follows up with Luca being almost engulfed by a bloom of jellyfish, and something or someone pushes him out before he can be consumed by it. That's a very broad strokes of what the dream represents. And I feel like it is unique for a number of reasons, which I will detail in this internet-friendly numbered list. Number one.
Number one.
Oh my god. Okay, watchmojo.com. Damn.
Number one. This scene only happened because we experience breaks between sessions. So the fact that we have to take a break between sessions means I do have the opportunity to go back and re-listen to something. And for the most part, I believe we decided to make the beginning section word for word a reenactment of interactions between the four of us. So that's something that I appreciate, that even though we want to keep playing for hours and hours on end, we do have to stop ourselves. And as a result of stopping ourselves, we get to do things like this. I also love body horror, which is something that gets displayed in it. So visual, it's just a point two. Go back to my number my number system. Point 2, I got to just fill it with things that I like. So body horror, jellyfish, things not being what they appear, references that might not be immediately understandable, obviously. Number 3, I feel like my art kind of peaked here. I did it quite quickly.
It's so beautiful.
And I just think I did it quite well. It looks exactly how I wanted it to look, and I didn't stress over it in a way I normally stress over my art. So it was a really nice experience for me as an artist. Number 4, I did write the sequence with Ziek, and it was another moment of good collaboration between us, which just exemplifies everything we've been speaking about today. And then number 6, what it means for character, because on the surface it seems like it's kind of just fucked up and messy, but obviously I enjoy media where things aren't what they appear when you first experience them. So for me, this dream kind of represents Luca being in the comfort and beauty of the ephemeral chaos ship with the people that he loves and the safety of it, and still choosing to step out into the danger that will ultimately hurt him, but something that he thinks that he can weather. Whether or not he can is...
We'll find out.
Yes. And the dream makes it seem like maybe not, and he's afraid of that fact, which is something that will continue to come up until he faces himself. But it is something that he chooses to step into and grasp with both hands. And that's why I am quite partial to that scene.
Incredible.
Nice.
I do
you.
love
Great.
the jellyfish nightmare.
Yeah, it's so understated too, because it just like appears randomly in some episode.
Yeah.
Love that. Gray,
Uh-huh.
this might be a big question.
Hmm.
Do you have a favorite moment for each main character?
Hoy!
just quickly. Ah,
Very
All right.
quickly.
Thank you so much,
Yeah, no,
Uncle.
I actually got ones that are pretty freaking quick here. Luca and Willow on Seahorse version of
Oh,
Sea.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I loved that one a lot.
That was a relief.
Yeah, it was a very, very cute moment. I was like, oh, they're bonding.
Finally.
Yeah, finally.
Favorite Willow moment: the 2 times they have leaned on Luca physically. Those are my favorite Willow moments.
Oh my god. You sound like someone that's like whose cat doesn't like them, who's finally starting
Yeah.
I just had my end moment in my head and it fucking obliterated itself. No, it's fine. It's not.
No,
you.
sorry, obliterated.
Yeah, that was me.
We'll blame everything on the pneumonia. Willow, I'm gonna be real with you, dog. Anytime the fucking homie communicates with somebody.
Wow. Any particular moment, my guy?
Yeah. Varys, like mostly just Varys moments when there's actual communication between the two of them. Because there's actual like it's not like Willow trying to hide anything, in the corner like a little fucking gremlin like it's mine. No, it's he shares. there's this sharing that Willow does with Varys.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot because I will say 9 times out of 10 I'm like, Willow, fucking talk, you bitch.
Welcome to the experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Welcome to Willow Jenkins.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say the trash talking that went down at the like climax of Death of the Artist.
God,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was like, that trash talk was good. I was at work when that happens. I was like, I was cheering and shit. Like, I'm so glad I'm here alone.
That's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do love being able to trash talk as Hen, so I'm glad it's appreciated.
It's chef kiss. It's beautiful. It's delicious. I love it. It's fun. And for Zeke,
Favorite DM moment.
oh yeah,
Mhm.
Zeke, Vera's coming back.
Yes.
Vera's coming back, but healthy.
Yeah.
That particular scene with him like showing himself to everybody and being, and I think I actually said something in chat that night too, where I was like, oh wow, he's smiling. Like he had like
Oh
a
yeah,
little
you
smirk.
did.
Yeah.
I screenshotted it.
Yeah.
Because you noticed, I only made a little slight change to his sprite, and Gray was like, "Oh my god, he's smiling." I was like, "You noticed?"
Yeah. That was one of my favorite moments. I was like, oh fuck, man.
Yeah.
Yep. Those live in my head rent free.
Nice.
Yep.
Glad.
Well, thank you guys for sharing these moments, and to wrap up the interview just really, really nicely with a tight little bow, there are some questions from the audience that I think will have some very quick answers.
Yeah, that's quick fire. Let's do
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Thep had
Yeah,
one
quick
that
fire.
I'm very confused about, but I'm gonna ask this one anyway because Thep says, "Was the Qrowe skull in Toblerone safe a Grey Qrowe cameo?"
Oh my
Yeah.
god. So Toblerone
Yes,
is...
yes.
Yeah, the short answer is yes. So, we performed a heist on Prince Colbercon. Thep calls him Toblerone. During that heist, we found the Emerald Claw augury skull that he received, that Prince Colbercon received.
Mhm.
And we stole it, yeah?
Of course.
Totally.
And
Thep is
Of course you
asking, is that you? Gray, this you? Is this your Qrowe skull?
And now I have decided yes, because it is mine. It is my skull. I say that this is great.
That means that Gray's dead.
That's fine. Look at my little
Gray's
guy. He's
just
got a fucked up head.
And now
Actually,
he gives
Thep's
me
also
advice.
dead. Yeah, true. Actually, I guess it's undead. Because it uses
yeah.
necromancy. Yeah. Thep's also dead in Metanoia Blues, but I think that Thep's going to be like various different characters, but all of them dead NPCs.
Yeah, the Plate is sort of repeatedly cast as Red Shirt. Plate is also Roz, the worst
Oh, yeah. that's right.
apothecary store.
We don't speak about her.
And Malachi's babysitter.
Yeah, that's right. Fuck, sorry. Malachi is a full-grown man. What do you mean?
He's
Yeah,
geriatric.
well-
He's 40.
Yeah.
For a goblin.
He's a 40-year-old goblin, and
Goblin,
she's a
specifically Goblin. We must stress that they age differently.
My favorite Zeke moment is specifying that Malachi's on his last legs.
yeah, he's an elderly goblin. Very spry.
We learned this on like Willow's birthday.
Yeah, on Willow's birthday, we learned that he is knocking at death's door. Our random, like, squeaky pawn shop owner. Yeah.
You know,
That's
there's
incredible.
just there are some people who just live to be 100, and you're just like, damn, you're still working? Okay.
Rest. Go
No.
unto Jesus.
In peace.
Not peace as in peace, please.
Mm.
Well, funny.
Thanks for sending a riddle.
Yeah, thanks, Thep, and thank you for making me canon now, I guess. As a skull. I'll take it. We have one from Smitty. Or Smithy?
Hell yeah.
Smitty? Is it Smitty? I know
Yeah,
somebody who spells it the same way and
Smitty.
goes by Smitty, so I was
Oh, it's
Smitty is a
Smitty.
good name. I like Smitty.
okay.
Our fic master has written 2 fics for Metanoia Blues since last episode, which was last Sunday. Just as an aside.
Really? Oh,
Yes.
my roommate's gonna love
Yeah.
that because my roommate has found the those fanfics and has read them.
Really? Oh god.
Oh, my roommate loves reading
Okay.
fanfic. Like it's their
Oh.
personality.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Smithy. You're translating our work into fanfic for the people who don't watch.
Yeah. But to the players, is there a process of getting into your character's mind at all?
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for me, I like to listen to my character playlist. Like I usually listen through it once, at least the day of a session. I make playlists for everything, and my D&D character is no exception. So I like to listen through the playlist because it kind of helps me helps me remember the vibes and like get into get into that headspace of who that person is. I do it not only for N, I also do it for Puzzle Books, Avery as well. So
Yeah.
just a thing I do to get into character. But a lot of times, honestly, I just show up and appears, and I have no control over that.
And appears in a mirror, grabs you. It's my anxiety, like that meme. Anyway, I have a line that I do to get into the spirit of Willow. I know Willow's like accent is not far from mine, but if I repeat the Willow Jenkins or the Jenkins Workshop long enough, I'll develop the brain problems that Willow has. No, but I do have. Yes, I got my own divergence, sweetheart. But my divergent is not compatible with Willow's. I need to not meet them. What was it? I also have playlists. I literally have a playlist called Recalibrating, which is not just for Willow, but with the plot arc. One thing that I used to do a lot in season 1 that I don't have the time for anymore, but I'd love to, is journals. I used to write journal entries under Willow. We all did.
Yeah.
They'd also be very useful for Zeke to sort of see where our characters are at internally. But I used to enjoy doing that because there are a lot of character things that I only established that Willow would do after I kind of spent active time writing from their perspective. So there's that. That's what, in an ideal world, that's what I do. Till then, I just kind of blast my songs or listen to snippets from last episodes to catch where Willow's at. Yeah.
If I have the time, I do like to actually meditate for a moment before we play.
Really?
I feel like that centers myself quite well in Luca. I meditate
Makes
as
sense.
Luca. Yeah.
That's so cool.
Aw.
That is
Yeah.
lovely. I love
Maybe I should start astral projecting.
that.
Fixing cars.
Let's go
That's
fuck to
fun.
sleep.
That's fun.
Bro, I'm lucky if I've slept before session. 4
Yeah.
coffees.
See,
I rock up.
is
Yeah.
in sharp contrast to the puzzle box where I play Kim and I wake up, take a piss, get on my computer, and have to play. I have no time to
I-
center myself in her.
I love that is the process for Puzzle Box. Everybody in Puzzle Box has like the most fucked up like this is what I do before I get on session.
Literally, I wake up late probably. I grab toast and I rock up apologetically. That's how I rock up. I do homework before Metanoia Blues. Howlen thankfully is dumb as bricks, so I don't have to prepare for Puzzle Box.
So the last question for the interview today, which I think you all may have a collective agreement on what this is. As a table, this is from Seeley. As a table, what is the stupidest thing you've gotten away with during a session?
Oh my god. Well, the aforementioned carpet.
Good
is one.
carpet.
The
That's
carpet
not
is
stupid.
pretty
That's
dumb.
useful.
That's
But-
genius.
Yeah,
That's
I
genius.
think the stupidest thing, stupidest thing that they've gotten away with.
Zeke holding us by the reins like children.
Got the
They-
fucking
two
retractable backpack.
two instances come to mind. The heist
Yeah.
and the ship bleach.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
Gotten away
God.
with our lives. with the ship.
Yeah. Gotten away with as in like successfully pulled off the heist. Gotten away with as in survived barely for the ship
Yeah.
Oh,
bleach.
yeah.
Oh,
That was a
let it be.
surprise.
That was
Life
fun.
comes at you fast.
The short that Rommie made about the ship bleach, because that was
yeah.
a lot.
I mean,
We'll see if there's anything dumber that's yet to come.
oh, okay. We got time.
yeah.
Sure, there.
Oh,
it
sorry.
is.
Stealing the armillary sphere. As an aside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
God,
I
that
gonna
was
bring
also
that one
very
up.
silly.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I'm thinking
sorry.
like,
The entire Death of the Artist arc.
yeah, Willow was
I'm so sorry.
wildin'.
Visiting house visits with a
With a
suspected
serial killer.
Suspected serial killer.
Willow.
Mhm.
That was my
I feel-
stupidest thing that I escaped with.
I feel like we don't do that much stupid shit. Like, by comparison to some other
could be
stuff
dumber.
that I've seen, we could be a lot dumber. We're not
Yeah.
living up
It's
to our
'cause-
full potential.
Sorry,
as
we're committed
idiots.
to the
Hey.
bit, but the bit is the narrative. So-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've seen people be like, wow, they're really deliberating this for ages. I'm like, it's because if our characters die, I don't show up next week.
Just die. I may die too.
No. It's just if our characters die, then we have to make different sprites for them, which is the undead sprites when we resurrect them. Oh, I just remembered another one. Luca Conson. Willow is a wanted criminal. Yes, in Pirate Principalities, Luca Conson went to the High Prince, the head bitch in this neighborhood, and
Right, he walked
Ryga
onto his ship and asked
walked onto
to
his
see
ship. So
him.
pause with a 30 freaking persuasion that Zeke endorsed because
Yep.
Luca cast his divine whatever's on it. He's got his filthy divinity hands on it. Walked right onto basically the king of this place, onto his ship to invite him to Willow's birthday party. Now tell me why that's a silly thing you did, Luca.
It was nice. He came too, so he likes you.
He
It was cake.
So you know that prince that Willow pissed off in the past? Allies
They're
with
co-workers.
High Prince Ryga. Willow colleagues! And Willow's been hiding from
I
him
didn't know.
and hiding from Ryga for
I didn't
years.
know.
For years! And Luca went onto his ship and said, my friend Willow Jenkins. Oh, sorry, maybe Willow called of it. Oh, well, they're an artificer. They're very talented. You should come to their birthday party. They'll be really grateful to see you there.
Luca had his logic. Luca had a reason, okay? And it was a very cute reason.
Willow deserves their credit. Willow deserves their credit. Okay, I'm going to tell the person that Willow's been hiding from this whole
Well,
time.
I didn't know, did I?
Right,
Maybe
I
if
walked up
someone
and was
wasn't
like,
so cagey.
maybe if you were trustworthy. I told you one thing and then you went and told the rest of the crew anyway.
Holy shit.
So yeah,
This
there's that.
is really bringing the that's not low key Willow, but for Luca.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible.
Oh yeah, so true. En told us that a cult was after them, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll go visit the headquarters. I'll see what they're up to.
Ask around,
Yeah,
see
literally.
if I can join the cult.
Do they make you
Yeah.
say
I've done that
anything?
twice, actually.
It's just how you do now. I've learned to accept it.
Willow bribing the belly of the beast people to get into the competition was also pretty
Oh.
dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Luca,
Look.
okay, stupid thing. Actually, stupid thing. And of course, it comes from
Every day.
Luca. Yeah. Going and having a midnight rendezvous with a lady in a town when they know they're going to have to fight a monster the next morning and getting a point of exhaustion as a result.
I thought you meant your other midnight rendezvous with the vampires, but no, you actually mean the horizontal rendezvous.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was
Oh,
also the stupid rendezvous of Luca accepting invitation for drinks.
Oh god.
Yeah!
Oh, no, that was...
That was a capital R rendezvous, like in the classic sense. Like a
Yes.
Yes, that was
Okay.
that was going to a bar with someone in the middle of the night when you're supposed to be on guard.
That was
Going
a
to a
tiny
bar with
bit out of
someone-
character, but it's fine. It's fine.
it's fine, but also like it needs to be said, we were investigating a poison death, and Luca went to a bar and accepted a drink and drank it and was poisoned. Like
He's not smart.
I gave you poison tabs.
I know. He's not smart. How do you just
He's
pull out
very
a
not
poison
smart.
tab in the middle of a bar and like tap it? Like,
Like this.
Tabs. Oh man.
And
Most
and
of the
some
stupid
stuff. Sorry, we
moments.
haven't highlighted end stuff.
will
En's
come
an
from
idiot,
Luca.
too.
Yeah, it's an
No,
idiot
no.
too.
I'm looking at you.
En's
Like,
had
some
some
things you just
gremlin
hide it
moments.
well.
I feel like N less gets away with stupid things and more is just a general chaotic energy that
Like-
permeates most of their interactions.
I'm thinking of
think that
something
the-
in the episode that's coming up today with
That's pretty stupid.
Yeah. Sorry, Zeke, what were you saying?
I was gonna say and like swimming after Gardenia. Like
Oh my
swimming
God,
after an
yes.
invisible spy using
Yeah.
their detect thoughts spell as like a radar.
Yeah.
That was
Like,
wild
what the
behavior.
fuck?
good. That was so good though. That's
That was
such a
bizarre.
smart move. I can't even like.
Also, like, and during the heist was real on their bullshit of like Chaos Gremlin
Yeah.
setting things on fire, pretending to be a
Literally
breaking
cultist.
his
Bed.
pillows and his mattress.
We
And
had
he
a,
wasn't even trying once with that Eldritch Blast that I like rolled a nat 1 or something on and like blew up, like bisected
Cobra
his
Khan's
mattress.
bed.
And I was trying to open a drawer.
oh, I take it back. N's stupidest thing, Jaylee.
Oh yeah.
N had numerous interactions during the murder mystery. Sorry, I feel like we're airing dirty laundry. This was meant to be a 1 minute answer. N had numerous interactions during the murder mystery where they went and they acted so like exactly like the type of character that you'd have a crush on with this like very meek, very flustered like other character. N rocked up at her pottery studio, gave her jewelry. Was like, oh, you think you had deep and meaningful conversations about their parents. Oh my god! Saved her from complimented her work, meaningfully engaged with her art. What was it? Protected her at during a fight, like really heroic shit. Like busted out there with the armor of Ignis, or what's the equivalent of armor of Ignis?
That
That's a
is
homebrew.
Armor of
yeah.
Agathis. But yeah.
Oh,
Agathis is
yeah.
the original. Ignis is our homebrew.
Yeah, I was trying to look for the original name. You know, like N did all of this like otome game boyfriend style stuff, and then Jaylee, spoilers. This can be a spoiler. Developed a crush on N, and N's like, what? Huh? When? Why? And we're like, all of the things you did, you dumb idiot.
She never even like said it out loud and just rolled a nat 20 like after fumbling their rolls the entire like date. At the end of the date they rolled a nat 20 and they realized that, oh, I think Jaylee has a crush on me.
Which is so funny because N's like boop, like ace. So it's like even funnier. It's just it's such a funny old time.
I mean, I wasn't not trying to be charming, but I didn't foresee this.
Not like that. Not like that.
Oh no, it worked.
Incredible.
Oops.
Error message critical success.
Yeah.
Mission failed successfully.
Yeah.
Oh, incredible. I think we can wrap up the interview here.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys again for being a part of this. I'm very happy to have heard all of your answers and been able to delve deeper into Metanoia Blues. This has been great.
Yeah,
Bro,
thank you for having us.
Before you close out, thank you everyone. Round of applause for Mr. Gray for showing up with his pneumonia. Nah, for real. Genuine thanks to Gray for pulling us on for this. Like
Absolutely.
with such a long campaign, for as long as it's been, every piece of like feedback. I know you're talking about your essay that you sent prior. Seriously, all of them are cherished. I feel like every time we like run the risk of running out of steam, it's just that little like from people like you in the audience that keeps us really going. So thank you for this, and thank you for your constant investment, and also for letting us expand into Puzzle Box. It's really good to be part of that too.
Thank you for letting us infect your campaign and world as well.
Yeah.
It has been my
Thank you for being a
absolute-
friend of the show.
Yeah.
And a friend. Period.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a friend.
Being a friend.
I mean it in full sincerity. It has been nothing but my pleasure.
No,
Thank you.
shucks.
No.
Thank you, chat. Thanks for letting
Yes.
us be on Gray's channel.